So this is a song dedicated to the people that believe in the name Jesus.
That chaos.
If that guy existed, his name was not
People
Jesus.
is saying chaos
So
is their
there
own
is no
redeemer.
power in the name of Jesus.
Lying
and
spirit.
there can never be
Devil.
power in that name.
So that
Try as
is
hard
their
as you
own
may, it's
Messiah.
never going to happen.
The Cody calf. Hey, 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 hey,
Jesus,
hey.
the most useless name I know.
Very useless name.
He's always not the same. Don't ever praise his ugly name.
Okay.
That is the reason why we
You
must
must dump him right now. Trash him.
Cause Jesus,
The most useless name I know. Very useless.
Jesus, the most useless name I know.
Very nonsense name.
He's always not the same. Don't ever praise his
Ugly name. Very ugly
that
name.
is the reason why we must dump him.
A reason enough to trash him.
Cause Jesus, the most useless name I know.
Hey, hey.
Jesus,
The most useless
name I know.
Very useless name.
He's always
Not the same.
Don't
Whatever.
ever praise his useless name.
Very useless name.
That is the reason why we must
You
dump
have
him
every single reason. Prior to what is going on the street.
Jesus,
To trash this very devil in the bin.
The name of Jesus changed them all.
He has changed them all. The name of Jesus is a scam.
The name of
Hey,
Jesus,
the name of Jesus changed them all.
in sin and sorrow.
Hey, the name of Jesus is a scam.
The name of
Hey,
Jesus,
the name of Jesus changed them all.
in sin and sorrow.
Hey, the name of Jesus is a scam. It's a scam, eh?
The name of Jesus
He has
changed
already changed them all.
in sin and sorrow.
Hey, the name of Jesus is a scam. Forevermore. He's a liar. He's a deceiver. Forevermore. He's a misleader. He's a scam. The name of Jesus. He's a scam. He's a scammer. Don't let him scam you. Don't let him scam you. Hey, he's a scammer. Hey, 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 hey. He's a scammer. You want to let him scam you of your chance and his salvation? You want to let him scam you of a precious ornament, eternal rest? Is that what you want to throw away? Anyways, family, let's do what we're here today. Greetings, family. Greetings to every one of us. Hope we all are doing great on this wonderful, glorious, lovely day once again for you and I to circle around YAHUAH'S eternal blessed throne and to just get our soul, spirit, body, our totality, the past, right now, and future filled with YAHUAH'S eternal divine breath. That is the golden pen. To draw your map, the map of your eternity, to rewrite history about where you want to spend your eternity. And I encourage you, okay, to follow the very mindset of King Yahushua HaMashiach. With him is the word of eternity, peace. That was what he said. My peace I give unto you. Birds, another counterfeit war that is going to be masquerading as peace is on its way for you. He said, not as the word gave. The one the word is giving you is war, but they will mask it up as peace. But The external, you're going to be seeing it as peace. But the internal, is utterly war. He said, not as the word is giving. Ma is not so. Ma is peace. In and out. Eternal one. Yes, that is what the royal law, yes, is doing. Inside peace. So let's do what we hear today in his presence. Like the king says, we shouldn't, fed on bread only. That is to say, we shouldn't give that close attention to our physical need only, but rather also do this wonderful justice to your spiritual need. You are investing so much on your physical world that is right here now, and tomorrow is no more. Like a paste, it disappears, just like a vapor. That is to say, when the fire pump up, you see the energy of fire. But afterwards, he would turn to ashes. And that was why, or that is the reason, I do have this proverb that says, that is to say, fire shouldn't have been given. Fire shouldn't have been the one to give birth to ashes. Why? Because the energy of fire is just so what am I going to be saying it now? Unbelievable. That is the energy of fire when it's really, really, really burning in all his strength. You see the thundering, you see the noise going on, you see the breeze, chaka 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 chaka. In fact, it's a very dreadful one when fire is up in its true essence. Everybody run for their life. But at the end of all this, gra 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 gra, oh my Father, I'm on it again. Okay, so but at the end of all this grakata kutu kutu grakata krakata krakata thundering noise, ikutu kutu kutu exaggeration, it would just quench one time. Became so soft, so weak, turned to ashes, giving birth to that weak thing. That is the life we live in. Could be so vibrant right now, kata kutu 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 kiti kiti, with so much noise on the street, with so much energy. Okay, budu budu gidi gidi ronye gada ronde budu ronde kata ronde kutu. At the end of it, that's a person running to and fro like no other day. Is lying lifeless on the ground. Afterwards, being thrown, especially when the last final bit is given, being cast into the dust. So that dead body, is going to be one like the, sand. Yes, it's going to be one like the sand, being eaten up by worms and maggots. So that is it. So, if this is the end of all this race, why paying so much, attention, very close attention to this very temporary thing, and you neglect the very one that determines your eternity, that is going to carry you all through, which is your spirit. So, family, you see the way you pay so much close attention to your physical body. Please, can you make a U-turn and do that justice of also giving your spiritual being likewise attention? Yeah, I encourage you to do that. That is where the benefit is. That is where the eternity lies. And that is where the profit is hidden. For me, I'm investing so much in my spiritual being rather than this physical temporary one that is here right now, like just what I illustrated. Kitty kitty koto koto kata kitty kitty. Before I knew it, disappeared one time, like a vapor, like a paste, nowhere to be found any longer. It's going to be in a poor reflection, that is going to be a poor reflection in your memory. So I rather give my attention to what lasts eternity, for what is lasting, or rather I rather give my attention to what is going to carry me everlasting than this katakoto, kata, 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 so much noise. So much noise. Now, with this being said, I would like to glorify, praise, honor, display my love unto him who all this is due. Yahuwah, Elohim, the eternal Father, the very eternal kingdom. I just love you, my Abba. I say a big thank you. So much thank you for my life and the entire camp of Israel, your elect, your prince and princess. Yes, your king and queens. I say thank you on the entire 30 tribes of Israel behalf, Baba Tilda. Thank you for giving us your set-apart spirit, the very Ruach HaKodesh, your true essence. And I also thank you for giving us your set-apart word, King Yahushua HaMashiach, the very one who died for us on the cross, who paid this huge eternal price and rolled away the causes of death of my neck and the entire camp of Israel. He just rolled it off eternal. Thank you for that huge ultimate sacrifice he did right at the cross for the peace of my mind, the joy of my soul, the celebration of my life, and the dancing on my feet, and the new song in my mouth, and the testimony of my life. That is the sign of my life. Thank you, my Abba. I love you so much. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. All right, now, family, can we look into this very barbaric noise? Empty noise, dead dog noise going on their social media space, or rather in Nigeria. No, I'm not going to be saying Nigeria. In the Christendom space, because this has to connect all the entire Christendom. This abominable wife of Satan. Her noise is so loud on the street. In fact, she's the, if we have to give award of the most powerful motivational speaker, she owned it. This very woman owned it. She liked to motivate people. She's a motivational speaker. Nothing absolutely in her spiritual, nothing spiritual over there. She only want to talk and make people like, okay, comedian. She keep, performing nonsensical on the street. And the other day, she also said she want to buy private jet. So are you building your private heaven? Or do you have your private heaven? Because you want to buy private jet, you have your private home, you have everything private, and private. What about your heaven? I will see how you people is going to be building your own private heaven. You must. And that's your heaven. It must be in Sahara Desert or in Sambisa Forest, which is the Islam. They are coming on their way for you people because your noise is so, alarming, so, I don't know what, I don't really have a words, to classify. Okay, let me put it this way. If shame and disgrace, emptiness has to be bankruptcy, oh no, this woman defied that order. Can I put it again? Shame and disgrace. If it has to be bankruptcy, okay? Shame and disgrace. I say this noise maker defied and destroyed and nullified that order. She is a perfect definition when it comes to shamelessness, this woman. When it comes to shame and disgrace, she's the perfect definition because she's the most loudest on the internet space. I'm not hearing any other Nigerians, Nigerian women, pastor, female pastor, so noisy and so loud as this very woman. You can be loud, but let it make sense. You can be loud, let it be of fixing the nation. You can be loud, let it be of cleansing the kingdom. You can be loud on the street, just be loud like a trumpet, but let it be a thing that is going to be benefiting heaven, bringing honor unto heaven, bringing praise and worship unto heaven, and also bringing the benefit and the glory, rather the blessings unto humanity. You can be noisy. Deborah was so noisy. Deborah was so noise. Not that she was making empty noise, not that she was making a noise to disturb people's ears, but it was of a huge honor unto heaven, glory unto heaven, and a deliverance unto the entire camp of Israel. That was the kind of noise Deborah made. Like Mama Mariam, the mother of our Messiah. I can also say she was noise on the street. Oh, she gave birth. Oh, to the Savior. Oh, she have one thing with Almighty in Luke chapter 1. Oh, she was so loud. Oh, she's the blessed. She is the most blessed woman among. He said, all nations is going to call you blessed. All generations is going to call you blessed among women. All women. That is trumpeter. But was a noise of value unto heaven, unto humanity, 100% with capital letter, yes. What about the woman, another powerful woman that also resounded that thunderous voice as a trumpet on the street, Maria Magdala? What about her? She saw the risen king first. And she put her resources into the kingdom. She cleansed the filthiness in the kingdom by using her resources to wash the feet of him who brought you and I this eternal good news of any salvation. Pricelessly, you are not paid a dime. Maria Magdala prepared Yahushua for the cross. She did the works of high priest on the day of atonement, when the high priest will enter into the holiest of holies once in a year, and every sins of the people being confessed on the head of the Azazel goat, rather also no scapegoat, and confess all the sins of the entire family on the head of Azazel goat. Therefore, Azazel will not carry that sin into the wilderness. In Matthew 26, Maria Magdala did likewise on the head of Yahushua. He said she anointed from the head of Yahushua onto his feet. By so doing, she was confessing our sin on Yahushua. And Yahushua not carried that sin straight away to the cross. And that was why his father turned his face from him, because sin is so filthy to behold. And Jeremiah, the eternal prophet, also said, the eyes of Abba Yehovah is just too holy to behold iniquity. For that reason, Abba Yehovah has to turn his eyes away from his son and gave him his back. And by so doing, King Yahushua raised a lamb. Why art thou forsaking me? Why turning your face? Because the iniquity is so filth. He can't behold his holy begotten son becoming filth for our sake, carrying our sin in his body, and punished our sin right at the cross, because they were all demons, thorns and tassels on his head. And we also see that because he is the second Adam. And we also see that in the sentences of Abba Yehovah right in Genesis 3. And say, Adam, you're going to till the ground, but he's going to be bringing forth thorns and tassels. And that thorns and tassels shows up right at the cross on the very head of the second Adam. Because that thorns and tassels as a crown was already in the head of the first Adam. So the second Adam picked it up in order to punish those devils and cast them to where they belong. He crushed their head right at the cross and make a public spectacle of them that today you and I have access to. All right? That today we can access it. So, I lost the connection, the communication. I was coming from somewhere to somewhere, but I just lost where I connected it from, and this and that. Oh, my father. I lost the connection. Because, where did I connected it? Oh, Shandalabo Sikiyaba. Abewa, draw me back to the connection because I took it from somewhere and tied together orally. And I should have been returning back to that particular place where I picked it from. Where I picked it from. I draw it from somewhere. I draw the energy from somewhere. All right, now I will be back. Hallelujah. I'm back. Okay. So, Mariam did thou great wonders. She prepared the king. Okay. For burial, and again she brought you and I the good news of eternal resurrection that the king is raising. And she is the leader of all women in the New Testament. That is why when you see the account of Matthew, she will be mentioned first, or rather she's been mentioned first. Mike, she's been mentioned first. Luke, she's been mentioned first. John, she's been mentioned first. She is the general overseer of all women. And again, she also knows about the secret ascension unto heaven of the king, John chapter 20. She alone knew about it and came to deliver the good news unto the apostles of Yahushua HaMashiach. Why? Because woman is a helper of the man. She washed the feet, and woman pour away the kingdom. And I see that wicked spirit who fiery in this woman, pouring away reality, pouring away, what is vital, very important. That should have been representing cleansing water and healing unto humanity. She poured it away and give attention to a thing that wounded the very heart. That is polluted the kingdom. Sentiment. She is so intentional. When it comes to motivation, motivating people, like the other day, she said people should come and sow $1,000 in order for their daughter to remain virgin. This one was praying on envelope after she, swindled crookedly stole people's money in the name of sowing of seed. She now told them to come with an envelope and put anointing, and she said they should place that envelope under their pillow and begin to, that is jazz, that is voodoos, that is enchantment, that is witchcraft. And people believe that nonsensical. People believe as shenanigans. People believe this Sangoma woman. And took that envelope home, place it under their pillow, and then I begin to talk to envelope. That money should appeared. That is witchcraft. That is cultism in that envelope. When I also saw that, she is so noisy. Her noise is so irritating. She is the most loudest empty noise maker. Your noise is so irritating, okay? And I need to address your noise. And the demon that is making you to be ranty on the street, empty vessel, making this empty noise, not a noise that is shaking the kingdom of darkness, not a noise that is tearing apart devils, not a noise that is fixing the nations, not a noise that is fixing community, not a noise that is fixing family, not a noise that is fixing the body of Messiah. Not that noise at all, but empty one, a noise that is unleashing demons from the pit of hell. And like the magicians of Pharaohs, that when the true man of Yahuwah begin to display the dynamic power of Abba Yahuwah, what happened? Pharaoh also did likewise through their enchantment, through their jazz, through their voodoos. Then that also releases what flog everywhere. And it's unclean spirit. And that is whenever this woman opens her mouth, exactly what is flying out of her mouth. We see the true apostles of Yahushua HaMashiach, both men and women, in Acts of Apostles chapter 12. When they open it, what comes out from their mouth? Fire. As soon as they receive that power, fire, it said it rested on their tongues. When the Ruach HaKodesh descend in the day of validation, in the day of confirmation, in the day of Abba Yahuwah displaying his power through his sons and daughters, waiting harmoniously for him to reveal in them, he said their mouth, it rested on them like tongues of fire. Bro, when you now see Revelation 16, verses 13 through 14, you're going to be seeing the mouth of the dragon, the beast, and the false prophet. What was coming out frog? That dates back to the days of Pharaohs, where frogs begin to jump out everywhere, polluted the entire land. Whenever this woman this very woman open her mouth to speak, exactly what is jumping on you guys. Exactly what is jumping on you guys. That is what you are benefiting and taking home whenever this woman make any gathering and you shows up. That is what you are taking home. Flocks. Anyways, we need to do it accurately, or rather how it ought to be done, by calling out the title. Like you and I know already, title is going to be navigating us into scriptures, holy scriptures, okay? All right. Thank you, Father. I love you so much. I love you, love you, love you, love you. So this woman, did you see the seat she occupies? Where is her husband? And she said her husband is a stammerer. Because I listened to some of her nonsensical where she's, motivating people. Those will be like, okay. No seriousness, nothing. They are so dry. They are just so dry. I never sense any anointing from this woman. What I keep saying in her, the eloquency of the word, the wisdom of the word. That is all I'm seeing in her. That is all I can, found in her when I go to her to do a research. If I can see anything that connects heaven, that very anointing that is going to be breaking yokes, I didn't see nothing. Absolutely, she was so dried. All I could find in her, it is simply her eloquent, the wisdom of the word. Yes, the wisdom. She's very occupied, filled, with the wisdom of the word. Yes, that is all I could find in her. Wisdom of the word. She spoke wisdom of the word. That is all I could find there. Nothing supernaturally. Nothing spiritual. No spirituality. No connection at all of heaven. Rather, eloquency of this word. She is learned in the things of this word. Yes. So, that is all I found. And that one is not going to be taking you nowhere, rather to the grave. Where after all this katakoto, after all this heavy grammar, you will just quench and you will become so mune, very, how am I going to be illustrating it? You know, ashes now, no strength, so weak. Anyways, let's do what we're here today. With this being said, let's call out the title. Here we are in the heavenly courtroom of Abba Yahuwah with this powerful message stated for you and me, mother of Harlots, Reverend Funke Adejumo, said, cover up Crises Okafor Atrocities, that he is PJC wounded soldier. Foundational scriptures, Revelation 17 and Proverbs chapter 29 verses 2. And that is our foundational scriptures, okay? Should I read brokers? Now, like what I was trying to put in, this woman said, when I went there to know something more about her, because I keep seeing the wisdom of the world not being spoken through her, okay? Now, when I got there, and I heard from her that her husband, when she was being called, or rather, her husband being called, okay, I think I'll be playing that God cannot call them. That her husband is stammerer also. So your Jesus couldn't heal him. Your Jesus couldn't make him good. If he's a stammerer and he's being called, why couldn't your Jesus fix him? You don't have the power to fix him. That you, the woman, has to be the leader of the family. Because I don't think I've seen a husband ministering. No. It's only her making noise, so, irritating, empty noise, a noise that have no benefit, that have no meaning at all, rather to make people laugh. That is all I keep seeing. Okay, it should be this one.
26 years ago, about 27 years ago, 1987, my husband walked home and said God had called him. That's another story, because I told him God cannot call you. He was too quiet.
And you were the one that God called. Is this biblical?
Use people like us. It's not possible, darling, to say another thing. Let's go and join Assemblies of God or Church of God mission and be worshiping there.
God cannot use a stammerer.
And God had to deal with
God can't also use a quiet person. Oh, really?
When we were going to leave the city of Ibadan,
okay, I think I will be stopping over there.
26 years ago, about 27 years ago, 1987, 26 years ago, 26 years ago, 26 years ago, about 27 years ago, 1987, my husband walked home and said God had called him. That's another story, because
where is the God now? Where is the husband? Because I'm not seeing her husband.
He was too quiet. He was too gentle.
He was too quiet. He was too quiet. He was too gentle. He was a stammerer. So Jesus couldn't take away that slow speech away from him and make him good. So where is it? Is this really biblical? Though everything these people do, none is biblical anyways, but they carry Bible, So that is why sometimes we still talk in defense of the royal law, because this is not biblical. Whether you are stammerer, so quiet, so gentle, there is nothing at all, because Yahuwah said, rather the king said, the kingdom of Yahuwah suffered violence, and the violent people take it by force. So we say right from the kingdom of Yahuwah has been going through violence, That is to say, started from Genesis, because Adam took it back by force. He refused to log out. He refused to be destroyed, to perish with the serpent who deceived them. He refused it. He returned back. So the people that really make it way back to, they were so violent. That is what the kingdom of Yahuwah needs to suffer. So people has been going through, come on, let me tell you, you are gentle. Is there anything gentility, quietness, and whatever when it comes to this heavenly race? No way. So that is that of Jesus. Okay, I think I still need to break it up. Maybe it might be first time for you, or rather first time in this my platform. You're going to be saying, what is the meaning of PJC? I would like to break again and over again for you. So let me go back to the title, Mother. You know what mother does? Giving birth to nonsensical. This one is a spiritual, okay, mother of Harlot. That is what I wanted to say first. Mother of Harlots. 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 She is a mother of Harlots. She is giving birth to nonsensical. You see, every person this woman nurtured, when it comes to spirituality, they will be all prostitute. She's the mother of all. And again, she's the mother of Crises Okafor. That was why she's the only woman that spoke in favor of Crises Okafor. All the people or television, or what am I going to be saying? Evangelist, or I don't know. She says she's reverend. Is that also biblical? Anyways, in an problem, will not concern me. Okay. Now, among all these women out there that is so vibrant, okay, that is their speech, okay, also went as far to the four corners of the earth. I did not hear no one speak in favor of Crises Okafor, the most dangerous man among women or in the women community. None of them. Only this woman speak in favor of Crises Okafor. So that was why I said she's the mother. Necessarily not physical one, a spiritual mother. You know, they said they are doing spiritual father, spiritual mother there. She is the mother spiritually of Crises Okafor. She justified all the hilarious atrocities of Crises Okafor. She just justified all. You know, when somebody is speaking, okay, after I said, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth is going to be speaking. After she have really poured out every single thing in justifying the atrocities of this Okafor, and she now begin to say, anyways, if adultery is not just, she is not siding whatever any adultery. I said, come on now, you have already given us the everything. This one is another shading. You are not shading anything. You justify. Because she now begin to call the women Delilah and Jezebel. To her now, in her own view, okay, in her own sense of revealing, she is not saying the women is the one that make him fall, makes him to commit the adultery, because that is what Delilah does, put down the mighty man of Yahuwah. And again, that is what Jezebel also did, okay, put down Ahab, the royal king. She pulled him down and turned him into a baby. So literally, or in a nutshell, what this woman is saying, she is not saying, oh, these numerous of women that is coming out, beating against this Crises Okafor of about his promiscuous lifestyle. She is not saying they were the one who pulled him down. That is what I got from that nonsense teaching of her. Inciting the most very dangerous man in Nigeria when it comes to women community, women ministry. That man ought to be cast into the deep of sea, and let a large stone be tied on his neck so that that stone will drag him down to the depth of the sea and no redemption. The most dangerous man. Anyways, we'll be coming into that if time permits. But I don't want to do two, okay? But if I see I won't be able to establish all my heart's desire here, or rather the royal law desire here, I will be titling this part 1. So let me state it first. In case of any curiosity, I'm unable to establish all the points. I think I have all to 4 points. Therefore, we're going to be drafting this one as part 1. Anyway, so let's do what we're here today. Like I called out the title already. Should I rebroadcast again for a better understanding? Mother of Harlots, Reverend Funke Adejumo said, cover up Crises Okafor Atrocities, that he is PJC wounded soldier. So now, as my new viewer, what is the meaning of PJC? My old people knows that already. PJC simply means pig Jesus Christ or pork Jesus Christ. Okay, you know pork always love eating feces. Now I'm talking from the experiences of Africa's pig. Okay, they always love eating feces. Whether the European pig is eating feces or it's not physically, it's none of my business. Pig, spiritually and physically, they're always fed on feces. Is their food. The royal law says so. Is their food, and we'll see that played out in our physical world. Africa is their food. Okay, PJC always dwell in the toilet eating feces. And that is what is feeding you guys with. To be eating feces. It's let them know. It's all here. All right, now family, let's do it again. So they said she said he's a wounded soldier of PJC. So the reason you need to cover him up, it is because he's a PJC or he is PJC wounded soldier. What's wounded him? What wounded him? Because she says he is wounded. And what not like all the apostles of King Yahushua HaMashiach, almost all of them be beheaded. That is wounded, righteous mark on you, wounds on you righteously. You die for what you believe. Yahushua died for love because Yahuwah so loved the world that he gave only his begotten son. That is love. Wounded for love. Wounded, being passionate for humanity, trying to save humanity, and you got wounded. Nothing of such. This one is only wounded in Pekus. And the Jezebel, the mother of all harlots, Funke said you guys should cover him up. Anyways, let's start walking our way from here. First of all, I want to let you, okay, I need to play some. Get
I'm
up.
so ashamed to say what I'm about to say.
You are mad.
I'm so ashamed to say what I'm about to say.
Absolutely.
But it's so relevant. The American embassy put me in a committee.
I don't know since when
Muslims and some
American
other
embassy
religions.
became
From that large committee, they brought out 7 of us, and I was
leader
the only
of a
one
religion
to
or
a
religiosity.
committee from a committee. One day we're having a meeting
You
at the
see how
American
she
embassy.
paint it,
And
make it
then
so
went in that
special,
meeting,
so
inside that
detailed.
embassy. And as we're having lunch, one of
Shut up. You should be thrown into the fire right now. If I have the power, I won't have. Without no delay. Come on now. Now, you see how she make it details. You see how she paint it. You see how she put it together, to make it very special. Because I don't know since when America embassy became religiosity, became that or GOs of all the religiosity, or became the leader of all religiosity, or became the very one that is going to be putting Muslim and Christian together for them to rub mind, for them to have this dialogue, for them to to really put together one-on-one how they should be covering up for their failed prophet. I don't know when, since when American embassy began to put them together in committee. They were in a meeting, from meeting to meeting. That American embassy now became intercessor, or rather, the middleman, the middle person, religious spokesman, the deputy of religiosity, and now begin to come Muslim and Christian to rub mind together. When your imam do a thing like this, cover him up. When your pastors do a thing like this, cover him up. If this incident took place in America, including you, will be summoned for interrogation because you are an accomplice. You are one of it. You are just one of it. You should have been summoned for interrogation. They would have come after you for even measuring the American embassy. They should have been coming for you. Let's take it again.
I'm so ashamed to say what I'm about to say.
You are mad. Absolutely.
American embassy put me in a committee.
My people, let's use our common sense. What does this have to do with American embassy? Why is she including American embassy? To make it good or what? To make it the details more, words to be used? What for? What for? What for? Since when American embassy became intercessor for religiosity? Since when American people trying to put Christian and Muslim together and teach them how they ought to be covering, I'm sorry, for their atrocities? When? Anyways, I will be mute and let's listen together. Though this one is everywhere on the social media space.
I'm ashamed to say what I'm about to say, but it's so relevant. American embassy put me in a committee. And it included Muslims.
Because she said America Pulsing Embassy was the one who brought them together.
I was the only woman to a committee from
because you are a devil, Jezebel.
One day we were having a meeting at the American embassy. And then we were in that meeting, inside that embassy. And as we were having lunch, one of the
see the way she's magnified
was sitting across, on the table. He said to me, Mrs. Adejumo, I don't understand this, your Christian brethren.
Really?
Our imams do worse things. We don't post on Instagram. We cover them. This is a public space. People are watching.
Call the name of that imam.
This is the truth.
It would have been, very, very helpful.
We don't expose them. What is wrong with your Christian brethren? You even understand brethren.
Thunder fire you. Even unbelievers understand what is called brethren. Unbelievers understood. In fact, unbelievers, they watch us through, they want to see what you prophesy or what you profess to be, you believer of Bible. They want to see those characters in you. Because Apostle Paul said they are a class of witness watching you. Saying if you are what you said you are. If you are really living the lifestyle of who you said you are. The unbelievers does that. We are the mirror from where else they will begin to see the royal law. If indeed you are real to what you said you believe in. So unbelievers know all these things. So what I'd say, she just tried to magnify the issue and she make it so big. She's trying to bring out points. See how driving. See what they put them in committee. American embassy is the one doing all this. Okay, according to her. If you really, really want to be optimistic, or rather you want to be relevant, okay, you want to really authenticate what you are saying, tell us the name of that imam. You don't need to shade any area, just tell us. It's also an imam so and so said it, just call out the name for verification.
Believers will be the first to kill him.
When a soldier is wounded,
believers will be the first to expose. It will be trending. We will be happy. You will even see pastors using the person to preach.
All right. Okay, let's finish playing it because we're going to be taking all points.
How many imams have been exposed the way we expose our own?
Our own.
I'm so ashamed.
Shut up. The most ugliest human being on earth, on planet Earth, is this Jezebel, this prostitute, this Olosho, this Akunakuna, this Ibiagiano Suka, this spiritual prostitute, mother of all harlots. Let me tell you, woman is a helper. When this matter surface, okay, almost every woman, was on the side of woman. Not that we were on the side of woman. Me, personally, of course, I was on the side of the women. Why? Because they know little about the royal law. They are babies. I can categorically say they are sinners. But you, a supposed deputy of the royal law, a supposed God representative, a supposed spokesman of heaven, you know better. You can also check out this one in Luke chapter 1, between Zechariah the prophet and Mariam, the mother of our Messiah. Zechariah asks Angel Gabriel, how am I going to be sure? Because seeing that my wife is barren, Elizabeth is she's barren. He now said, you need a sign, you will be mute until the day she gave birth. She's going to be giving birth. You will not speak until then. See Luke chapter 2. And that was it. Because like kind of you were expressing doubt that what Adejumo said is not going to be so. Therefore, this is the sign I have for you. You won't be able to speak. And we see in that same passage again, 6 months later, he came to Mariam. And Mariam also questioned him, asked him exactly the same question. But he gave an explanation to Mariam. Mariam said, I'm a virgin. How am I going to be giving birth to a house, seeing that I have not yet known a man? How is this one going to be playing out? It's weird. I'm not getting it. I don't understand. Therefore, he now said, this is how it's going to be done. You will be overshadowed by YAHUAH. The power, or rather, you're going to be overshadowed by the Holy Spirit, and the power of heaven is going to come upon you, and for the Holy One to be conceived. He gave her insight. But for Zechariah, not so. Why? Because Zechariah, you minister in the temples every now and then. You are so close to YAHUAH. You do the works of the temple. You are doing the temple service. You are right there. You knew what he can do, what he cannot do. Maria wasn't in the temple. She wasn't close to YAHUAH. She was just a normal everyday person. But you, and so that is to say, pastor know too much, so much more than than his congregants, people in the ministry or people outside the ministry. So you should have been giving good example. What about Joseph? When Potiphar's wife wanted to commit that wicked thing, Joseph put her to where she belonged, because Joseph knew better than what she knew. Joseph knew Potiphar's wife, Zechariah, is coming to harvest, is coming to harvest energy, because sexual intercourse is simply mean harvesting energy. She was coming to harvest that life of YAHUAH in Joseph in order to corrupt it. Joseph said, no way, I'm not going to give it unto you. This is blood. This is royal blood. I won't allow you to, pollute it. Okay, this one couldn't put himself in such position, but if they want to quote people, anyways, I don't want to go ahead of myself. I have so much when it comes to this. First of all, we hear from her already that when a soldier is wounded, Christian believers are the one to, first of all, crucify him. Okay, so now, first of all, I want to let you know the power that carries her. So let's go to one of the foundational scripture, Revelation 17, verses 1 through 5. I quickly want to put that in. So let's go. Revelation 17, verses 1 through 5. I read, and there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great hall. This woman is a great hall, okay? That seated upon many waters. She wanted to sit upon many waters, but she still succeeded. Or rather, of course, she has already succeeded in sitting upon many waters, because anybody that buy that, this ideology defense of Crises Okafor, whom is defenseless, That is how she sat upon their head, because many waters over here, you can check verses 15 in this same passage, is talking about people, nation, kingdom, and all and all. It's just referring to people like you and me. Okay, because if you believe this nonsensical she was just talking about, therefore she sat on your head. Verses 2. With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication. But though here is ministry, okay, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of our fornication. Prostitute. 3 now. So he carried me. I want to let you to see who he is referring to. Listen now. So he carried me away. Who is in this vision? The holy man of Yahuwah, John. Yeah, John, yes. Yehukanah, yes, he's the one. The virgin. He lived all his life being a virgin. Listen to verses 3. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman, necessarily not a woman like me or a woman like a Funke Adejumo, Adejumo, okay. Necessarily speaking of ministry, okay. I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. Abba YAHUAH'S own is the Godhead 3. Trinitarian. The Godhead is Trinity 3. But the beast and the dragon have 7. They are the majority. Now, for listen. And the woman was enriched in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. 5. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. You see what this woman did? Is one of the abominations of the earth listed out. You don't cover iniquity. It is simply abomination. He said unto the prophet, raise your voice on the street, cried out, review and show unto my people their abominations. He said, go on the street, sound it, review. He did not say do it inside, go on the street. Just go on the street and be doing that. Now, first of all, let's put this one down. We'll come into this. First of all, let's do woman to woman. Let's do. Should I be playing another video? Cover up stuff. I have a lot of video to be played. Yes, let's first of all leave every other one. Let's establish this. Just this one go. Woman. What is the duty of a woman? What was the element Abba YAHUAH used to create woman? According to the royal law, you and I carries make it so clear that woman is a weaker vessel. And woman also created from dust, from flesh. That is why woman, being the weaker vessel, created from the flesh, okay, can't give spirit. What she have is the egg. You know how fragile egg is. What woman have is egg. And man is the one giving the spirit. And woman is the one giving the flesh, the body, because that is what that is who she is. And that is what she have to offer. You can only give what you have. You can never give what you don't have. So woman have egg. And what she can also offer unto the man is also egg. Now let's come to egg. You know how fragile egg is. You know how delicate egg is. And if you treat egg, you know, rough-handle egg, mistreat egg, abused egg, you know, talk so bad at egg, you know, the egg is going to crush. The egg is going to be shattered. Egg is going to be destroyed. And that is who woman is. And that is who Abba YAHUAH made woman to be. And again, woman ought to be pampered. Why? Woman is the last born of Abba Yahuwah. That is why Abba Yahuwah don't joke when it comes to woman. You batch it on woman. Abba Yahuwah don't handle that. She is his baby, last born of Yahuwah. After all the works of creations in heaven, on earth, and the man and his kingdom, woman came last. Woman came last. And Abba Yahuwah also make the womb of a woman his laboratory. That is where he kept the egg. Woman is so fragile. There is a level of abuse, there is a level of abuse meant not for a woman. All this Crises Okafor did to all these women lamenting on the street. Women ought not to carry that kind of abuse. Woman is not meant to handle, because her head and her heart are one in sense, in the same. They are just one. The heart is the most precious organ in the body, so fragile. There are a word you shouldn't be releasing at all at a woman, because she is a gay heart. And she can't handle. She can't withstand it. She will definitely fall into depression. She will definitely lost it. She will definitely be shattered. She can't handle because she's so fragile. She's an egg. That level of abuse, that level of sexual harassment, that level of rejection, that level of abandonment is not meant for women. Look at Ebere with our child. I think I will be playing this. Whenever I look at that girl, it hurts me so bad. But I'm not the one to be taking care of the Crises Okafor's son. I'm not the one that is going to be sending money for Crises Okafor's son to have a better life. Whereby Crises Okafor son have a father. Am I the one? People is donating for Ebere to take care of that child. That high level of abuse is not meant for the heart. It's not meant for a woman, because woman is so fragile. She is the egg. You don't maltreat egg. You don't mistreat egg. You don't rofando egg. You don't abuse egg. If not, she's going to be shattered beyond repair. And physically, we know how we pampered our lastborn. That is a woman for God. Woman is Abba Yahuwah's lastborn. Abba Yahuwah cherish her more than anything of the earth. Not that he doesn't cherish man, but he loved the woman more. That is why he gave us the seat of the Holy Spirit. Holy Spirit is being called helper. And that is the name Abba Yahuwah also gave unto us, helper. And the kind of jealousy of Abba Yahuwah is also being found in us. When we caught our husband with a woman, sorry, we will pour the whole kingdom away. We will definitely. The jealousy we can't handle. And Abba Yahuwah said, I am a jealous Yahuwah. My glory I don't share. Woman don't share husband with another woman. No. That is only being practiced in the fallen kingdom. But before the fall, it was monogamy. In the center of the matter, after the tragedy, yes, polygamy. And in the restored kingdom, we return back to monogamy. We don't share. That was what New Testament keep emphasizing. Woman, have your own husband. Have your own, not our husband. Likewise, that still echoes what Abba Yahuwah did. One man, one wife. A man will cleave unto his wife, not wives. Unto his wife, they shall become one. Not two, just one. Just one. So that is the, the end is found in the beginning, and the beginning is found in the end. The center, a lot of things took place in the center. So we don't belong to the kingdom of the center. Is the folly one. Is the folly kingdom. Okay, so that jealousy today is found in us. Now let's do. So woman The job of a woman for woman. That is what we want to first of all look into, tackled. I don't know if I have to title this part 1. Because we're going to be establishing this, and we will now look into covering up of, then we will now also look into you can't cover up, then we will now look into Quran, because what Crisis Okafor is coming or his lifestyle is not hidden from my sight. It's not hiding away from me. Should I title this part 1? Because I have 4 good points to rush into, to look into, to break into. Okay, I don't want to rush. Let me see if I'm not able to find. First of all, we're going to be looking into what is the duty of woman. We'll see who is woman already. She's so fragile. All those things Crisis Okafor is doing to woman is too high. The level of that abuse is just too high. It's just too high. Because cover, when we come to, she is saying we should cover it for Crisis Okafor. First of all, we're going to be taking account, playing video from Crisis Okafor daughters. 3 of them. 3 whole daughters. This is not only women on the street. This is not only Jezebel or Delilah, like she called them. She called these women Jezebel. She called them Delilah in the same, that one. Okay, let me see. In the same video where she said people should be doing some coverage.
26. I'm so ashamed to say what I'm about to say, but it's so relevant. American
since we listen to that,
let's have manners. He's the King of Kings. In that season of my life, because life is not. I'm not a fool, Joe. You know the flesh. I'm not a fool. And it was one man that was coming. We almost hit.
There was a place she called them Delilah in the same.
This is not expected of you. I'm not a fool. Bishop, I live in Ondo State, even though we're not from Ondo. Kings don't shout anyhow. Kings don't laugh like I until the queen has even moved. Yet, the kingdom of this world.
Let's see.
Go back online and study her life. Study courage. A man that is in honor and does not know it is like a beast that perishes. We are in honor. Let's have manners. He's the King of Kings. That means we are kings.
So what she's saying, the people that is talking bad about Crisis Okafor, they don't have
kings
manner.
Don't laugh like hyena.
She is talking about their own
Kings
children.
don't beat up their wives.
There is a place she
Kings are never rude to
called
their
this lady.
husbands. Or queens this time around. Royalty flows in your veins. Behave like one. I used to preach on television. I live in Ondo State, even though we're not from Ondo State, many years ago.
Where is that?
It was the talk of the town. The Akure city will be empty. Just to come and listen.
All right, let me have it. You are a motivational speaker. That is all I'm seeing in you.
That season of my life, because life.
All right, we can listen for you, whether they are right or wrong.
Have been exposed.
Of course, that's what you just said.
The way we
People
expose
to
our
cover.
whether they are right or wrong. You should telling us to cover sin. That's
Of
what
course,
I'm
that's
telling
what
you.
you're saying in a nutshell. That's a native language. Jezebel. That's what you're saying.
Loyal to the cross.
Loyal to the
Yes, we
cross.
rebuke them. Yes, we chastise them.
Woohoo.
But all this making mockery is Christians that destroy other Christians most.
Okay.
Some people, the only ministry, in fact, that's the only oxygen they have.
All right, I will be picking from you. I think I will title this part 1, if not. Now listen. She said the rebuke and the, okay, now let's stop from. Thank you, Abeyiwa, that I played this song, because I was also having some teaching on this one. We see the power that carries her already. That is why she speaks what she's speaking. That is why she speaks those, because she's being carried by unclean spirit. Because throughout the entire book, evil needs not to be concealed. Evildoers needs to be exposed widely. Now listen. She said they rebuked them, but they ought to do it privately. All right now, Madam Private, like I said, you have your private jet, because that's what she said in this message. She said we rebuke them, yes. We chastise them, yes, but not publicly, which means privately. Now, as a woman, you yourself knew that the heart, the most precious organ in our body, is so fragile. And woman again she's designed so fragile that there is some kind of level of abuse she can't handle. If not, she will fall into depression or yeah, into depression, and she will be decayed. She will lost it utterly. Altogether, she will lost it. Now that you heard, obviously you listen to it and you see people mocking him and you see everything, all these atrocities, you saw it and you are aware. Okay, Ebere came out. She cried. Doris Ogala, that one lost it entirely, utterly. That one lost it. You see, this very man, this very evil seed, we are the one who distract this very woman not to focus on her marriage. He couldn't let her go. He destroyed this lady marriage. Not just that he is having sexual intercourse with a married woman who know nothing or who know less about Bible, who doesn't have much understanding about Bible, but he does. He lured him into it. He was having sexual intercourse with her in a marital affair. Not just only her alone. His wife, ex-wife, also came that this very man, this beast, have sexual intercourse with married women, even impregnated them. She even called out names. Ezina also was a wife of a deacon. This guy had sexual intercourse with a married woman, impregnated her, and when all being exposed, he now used 10 million naira to shut that case down. So that his deacon is carrying this guy child. Ex-wife reviews so much, and you knows about it. 3 children. Okay, all right. So
they use church accounts.
And this guy's son is an Azama. It's a scammer. Let's listen.
This is a scammer. People should know.
No, I don't want to play this one first. Listen to his first daughter.
I can't believe he had to resort to me coming to talk about the man that brought me into this world, my own father.
Listen attentively. Though this one's already on his face, she heard all. This one she even preferred the blood of an animal. I've done a message about that. She even want to be called the daughter of snake, the daughter of goat, the daughter of cow, the daughter of whatever. She want to be called by animals' name. She prefers animals' DNA to run through her vein instead of this so-called man. Because why is she talking like this? The papa, you portray yourself to the entire world that you are a human being. Meanwhile, you are just an animal. You are a devil. And I prefer you to be who you are. I prefer you to your turn to dog. I prefer you to be dog. So that everybody will be seeing my father is a dog. Not for you to put on the garment of human being. Meanwhile, you are a devil, the worst demon on earth. The most dangerous man. Anyways, I want to play this. I'm going so well.
Alright, so what is your name? My name is Crises Okafor, the daughter of Pastor Crises Okafor, the founder
Amarachi,
of
okay.
City, Ojodu.
So, Mr. Okafor, you reached out to me when this whole Doris of other things happening, and then you said you have a lot of things to say about your father. First things first, I was not going to put you on camera because of what you told me, but these things are too weighty for me to say with my mouth. I want you to come directly from you that experienced it, what you went through, you, your sisters, and your other siblings that are currently staying in the house with him. So,
It took me so much courage to come here. I can't believe he had to resort to me coming to talk about the man that brought me into this world, my own father.
calm down.
Sometimes I wish I had the blood of an animal running through my vein instead of his own.
Calm down. Calm down.
is a merciful God. Because when I see him still climbing on that altar to preach, considering the things that he does to us, his daughters, before and after he climbs the altar.
You know, when you're crying,
Okay, let's finish the leftover account here. But there's something Vivian said here, and I love it. It's a beast.
That brought me into this world, my own father. Sometimes I wish I had the blood of an animal running through my veins instead of
To that extent. So is she also a Jezebel and Delilah? Like you call Doris and every other one? And Crises Okafor's wife? And Ebere? And Precious Mother? Because you said they are Delilah and Jezebel. This Crises Okafor. This Crises Okafor's daughter. Oh my God.
you know, when you're crying, you cannot
Where is
be
the...
what you're saying.
Look at this.
You really understand. I mean, you've told me about it, so I can understand why you're crying, but you just have to not cry so that
Am I right here?
you can hear what you have to say. I understand that it's a traumatic experience. What you witnessed, what
Very
was
traumatic. I'm my father. Anyway, I lost that paperwork. No problem.
You see, I just had to cut it.
This is what
Because if I post everything, nobody will
You
know
should
what
have.
And like she said, I don't even know how you still stand on the altar to preach. Thinking about everything I experienced that she shared, the testimony from your other daughter in Canada, the
And
other
Precious.
one,
Three of them.
you are a beast.
You are a
To say
beast. To say the least, you are a beast.
only God
No, God don't forgive such people. This one is a blasphemer. Anyways, I don't know what is going on here. Let me just manage these ones. Where is it? No, not this one. I have a so boy, you know, I love this my song, eh? I have a so boy, hey, I have a so boy, I have a so boy, Wagi magbo where you walk, Maggie Jesu. Na me na beg him no way oko. I have a so boy, Wagi magbo where you walk, Maggie Jesu. Na me na beg him no way oko. I have a so boy, I have a so boy, I have a so boy. A lot of distraction is going on here, but fine. I will be fine. Anyways, you heard already from the very first daughter. So let's proceed now to the second one.
Why is nobody talking? Man of God, many of you have stood for you.
Cover stuff. Cover. Come and cover me. Oh, come and cover me.
I'm so ashamed.
Yeah, the other video. Don't just stress me. Anyways, let me sort for it. Let me look for it. So we heard already from the first daughter. Let's also listen to the second daughter.
My name is Precious Okafor, the daughter of Prophet Dr. Crises Okafor. I used to live with him years ago, and I left around 2020. Yes, I left around 2020 because things were about to get out of hand. While I was living in the house, amongst all my siblings, I'm the only one from my mother, while the four of them are from a different mom. While I was living in the house, I used to get treated unfairly. Like, it was very, very visible, and even the workers in the house could see it. And one evening, he called me to his room that he wanted to speak to me. And after I went in, he was, standing behind the door, and then he locked the door, and he said I should sit down, and I sat on his bed, and he started speaking to me. He started telling me that he knows that I always feel bad because of how he treats me differently from my siblings. But he's only doing that because he loves me. And he wishes that fathers could marry their daughters, that he would have gotten married to me. And that was when he started to touch me all over my body.
When
And
we
in
come
that
to
moment,
covering
I
stuff,
was
I will
sitting
replay this
very
one
still
again.
and
I just
frozen
quickly want to
because
put this in.
I could not really understand what was going on. And that was how we continued. On different occasions, he would call me. Like another time, he called me and then he locked the door again, and then he started trying to kiss me all over
Sexually.
on my lips and all over my
And
body.
this is
And
his own
it
biological
felt like I
daughter.
was quiet for a long time because
His
for me, as
precious
at that
also
time, I was
Delilah and
somebody that
Jezebel.
was so desperately seeking the validation of my father.
He
I
failed
was alone in that house. I
woefully
didn't
as
have
a
any,
father.
siblings of my own. So the fact that he was, talking to me, at least like for me, all I was thinking about at that time was, okay, if this is going to at least make my dad talk to me, if this is going to make him treat me equally and fairly, then okay.
She wanted
And
to give in.
there was a day I had a terrible dream, and as a man of God that he is, I went to meet him so we would pray together, and that was the night that he almost penetrated me. But
Okay, listen. This one is his own flesh and blood, a biological daughter, who also we're seeing him as a man of God. That when you have nightmare, all this horrible dream, you see some kind of a dreadful dream, you're supposed to go to man of God, and man of God will counsel you and rebuke that evil spirit that responsible. Okay, so him as a pastor, he failed. He like, man, all this women goes to him as a pastor. We need to hang around our papa, spiritual father, to be precise. Before you knew it, they be found in his bed having sexual intercourse with them. Exactly what he also did to his own daughter. Oh, I saw a horrible dream. Okay, my papa is a man of God. Let me go to him to rebuke that spirit. And he now uses openness to be rebuking the spirit. What is your name? Jezebel, mother of Harlot. Funke Adejumo. What do you have to say about him, your son, spiritual son, having sexual intercourse with his own daughter? Are you also going to be calling his own daughter teenager, age 14, Jezebel, Delilah, seducer, glory killer, or kingdom polluter or polluter? I don't know. Anyone that is correct, put it in.
I think he saw how scared I was and how I was
Let's
sweating
drag this
and
one a little
shaky
bit.
on the. I think he saw
Oh,
feel
no.
bad because he almost penetrated me, but it didn't happen. I think he saw how scared I was and how I was sweaty and shaky on the bed. So he said I could leave, and I left. And that was when
He put his penis
was able to use a
on the
teacher's phone in
surface
school, and I decided to tell
of
my
his
mom about
daughter's
all that was going
vagina.
on. Then the next
Okay, you
week or
heard
a
of
few
this
days
one, eh?
after, she
But you
came
didn't say a
to
word.
get me from the house, and that was how I left.
How old were you then?
I was about 14, 15 years old at that time.
Wow. So when you told your mom, what did she do about it?
She cried so much, and she was serving at that time. She was I think she was in the northern state, so she had to come back, like she had to come down
And get her.
And mind you, I don't know if I should put this out there, but he also forcefully had his way with my mom when she was 15. That was how she
That is
was
a spirit.
pregnant. That was how she got pregnant.
You raped your mom? You were born out of rape?
Yes, out of wedlock, yes.
Okay. All right. We should stop this one now. Let's go to the third daughter. This is the second one. Let's go to the third one. It's the same spirit. Precious mom was also age 14, 15 when this monster raped her. And she got pregnant and had Precious. And again, history playing out again. history resurfacing again. That demon again came. Why? Precious was also 14, 15. According to the royal law stand that judgment. If the royal law want to judge, Matthew 5 or so, verses 27 through 30, he said, if you look at a woman you lost, he said, you have already committed that sexual intercourse, and your judgment will be, it will be link of fire, will throw you into fire. Now, this one did not just lost after his own daughter, but he bring out his penis and put it on top of his daughter vagina. What they call it? Vulva, so vulva, so. He was there, only that he didn't go into the service. A father. Funke, you heard of this barbaric heart? Abominations of the earth. You never care. As a woman, a mother for that matter. Let's do the third one. Then we'll go back to the ministry of woman and, yeah, blend it up. Yes. All right, the third mouth.
Crises Okafor, man of. All right, so now that Mr. Crises Okafor is Mr. Chris to me, is Pastor Chris to you people. Now that Mr. Crises Okafor is done with his damage control, because yesterday he stood
Same
on the altar
one thing.
damage control, lied,
Jezebel
manipulated.
Funke, Delilah Funke heard all these
It's now
videos.
time for us to break
She
things
never
down with
committed.
evidence. So let's start.
All
This is me
people
now.
came with
This is me now. You will
to
see.
cover
This is
him
my
up
supposedly daughter.
after this heavy
I will send a message
atrocity.
without saying good afternoon, good morning, or good night, or hello. You
No, for a daughter to disrespect you in this manner, that is to say you have already lost your value. You have already lost your honor. Before your daughter now, you are good for nothing. Because this is the finish. Your daughter has already seen your filthiness and said, nah, this one can't be father. She talked to him anyhow. You failed woefully. As a husband, you failed. Father, you failed. General overseer, you failed at all counts. Remember, this guy was the sister born in his family. And every other firstborn died mysteriously until he get to his turn. So when he now gets to his turn as the first child now, the death stopped one time. Oh my father, what is going on here? The death, that spirit that was killing all his siblings stopped one time. The first child died. He gets to the second one. He gets to the third one. He gets to the fourth one. He gets to the fifth one. And he is the sixth. That demon has stopped. Always put all this together. These are spiritual sign of red flag of this man. That this man is a giant. And Basta Funke, she is a giantee. That was why she just run out. Like she said, she was the only woman in the American Embassy Committee. Indeed, she is the only woman that is supporting this wickedness. I should have been playing this when it comes to covering, but it's also, I found it very, very important to play it before I say what I want to say. So, this is the third daughter.
All right, so now that Mr. Crises Okafor is Mr. Chris to me, is Pastor Chris to you people. Now that Mr. Crises Okafor is done with his damage control.
Damage control.
He stood on the altar to
Very clear.
pour damage control, lied, manipulated. Jesus Christ. Anyways, it's now time for us to break things down with evidence. So let's start.
This is me now. This is me now. You will see. This is my supposedly daughter. I will send a message without saying good afternoon.
Yeah, because you lost your respect
or good
already.
night, or hello.
That was
You will
hard.
send me the money for school fees at home.
Just
Which
like
school
that.
fees? School that you have dropped out from. As a result of that, I have the email where the school refunded the money. You will send me the money for school fees I owe the government for the whole of last year, which you did not pay because you refused to speak to me. 47,800 Canadian outstanding. If you do not send it, I will go to the internet.
That's not you.
I just wanted them to say thank you very much.
No.
This is who is
No. That's not all. That is not all. And also, you need to show your members your response to that text. But that is not where that message stops. Why can't you show them? But since you will not show them, I will show them everything plus your response to the girl. Are you not proud of what you sent to her? Come on, Pastor. But anyways, that one will show you.
Very dangerous man.
As usual. So this is a message, and you see the parts that he removed. She said, you will send me the money for school fees I owe the government for the whole of last year, which you didn't pay because you refused to talk to me. You refused to speak to me. Emphasis on he refused to speak to her, his daughter. $47,800 Canadian outstanding balance. If you do not send it, I will go to the internet.
Okay.
This is where Pastor Chris stopped. I will go to the internet.
Leave it there.
47,800 Canadian outstanding balance. If you do not send it,
I will go to the internet. Like kind of I want to blackmail. Because if you don't give me money, I blackmail you.
Now let me continue.
Liar.
With every single thing I know.
Every single thing.
She did not say with every single thing I will lie about you. I will fabricate story. She said I will go to the internet with everything I know. Everything she experienced in the house. Everything the father did. The atrocities that other pastors helped him to cover. Everything. That is why he's not proud to read that part. He just went on to read half and go to the internet. But we continue. She said, with every single thing I know, I want to receive
impregnated Dickens' wife.
To my account before the end of the day.
Oh, the choristers. The bulala is investing energy. And this prostitute Funke is telling people to cover up.
Did not read this response to his church. Or probably show everybody the church. Now, this was the response of Mr. Chris, or rather, Pastor Chris, to you people. He said, it shall not be well with you and your mother.
Yet you didn't rebuke her. What did you know about me?
She did not say
Why are you putting a lie on me?
It shall not be well with you and your mother.
That was the response.
Who your real father is.
Always like that.
For your father.
Always.
Don't ever write me again from a pastor. That is, I don't know, is that why you are not proud to show them? But it doesn't stop there. He immediately sent it to her. She responded, laugh out loud. You can definitely not be my father. Satan would be better. Come on, Mr. Chris Okafor.
So, with all these three, what are you going to be saying? This is another one in Canada. That one said she prefers Satan to be her father other than Crises Okafor. Yes, it's a crisis, okay? And the first one said she preferred animals' DNA to run through a vein other than Crises Okafor's own. And the very third one, the middle one, Precious, we see what that one also said. The father said they want to marry her, and the father brought out his penis that bettered her. That was the penis that gave birth to that child. You also put that penis on top of her vagina. And you were trying to penetrate. You were rubbing your penis. I want to throw out. So, this is his own biological children. Theory. I think 1 Timothy chapter 3 verses 5 said, if a man know not how to govern his own house, how can they govern the congregation? He said any man that want to play any role of this title must know how to manage his wife, his children, his house, because the ministry begins from there. He starts from there. But when you failed, you ought not to do. Just get out of that ministry because you are not qualified.
Man of God, there are certain wounds you get in life.
See this one, wound people. I will come to this one specially. This earthworm. This guy irritated me. You know, he also did exactly the same with his wife. He dumped his wife for South Africa big booty. Because of Big Nash, this bastard called Jokai Gila divorced his wife. Anyways, we are here for Christ. We are here for the prostitute, their mother. So, do I still have any other one to play? Okay, I would also like to, let's first of all play all their lamentation because they are lamenting. Because woman is egg. So fragile. They are a bit broken. The level of abuse was just too high for them to handle. I think I'll be putting this. Okay, no, this one. Okay, no, I don't think I'm going to be playing this one because this one is, I uploaded it.
Friendly enemies.
Get out. Nonsense woman. Doris is crying.
Forgive my sin. They are taking me to court.
They want to silence her now. They want to turn her to Stephanie Otobo. Joseph Sule says the Otobolizer. They are taking her to court now. They want to silence her. Yeah. This one lost it already. She's losing it. I don't say she's losing it. She lost it already. Her brother died mysteriously.
Forgive my sin. They are taking me to court.
Okay. So she's asking for the public support. The public should support her.
But when I couldn't take it no more, Nigerians, was when this idiot, so-called pastor, that is apologizing for people to just gain the public sympathy. Mr. Okafor, the manipulator.
This is the ex-wife.
The rapist, even his own family members.
He raped them.
Sleeps with them. The house help that I brought Salome before I left my children, you were sleeping with her. What, are you lying that I committed adultery in your house? I left
Villa
you.
taught him that. You know.
Immorality, sleeping around, impregnating women in their husband's house. Some of your diggings in their marriages, your children are yours. If I left this man, I left him because I could not match and operate in his own ways. I left him. He did not leave me. I, Bisen, left you.
You know, they want to stifle truth from coming out.
Yes, if you see what they did, we were having
Yes,
this
what they did
interview.
this morning was because of that video, that baby's video.
Yes.
That video.
If you want to watch the full video, I have it on my platforms. The two Facebook, you can see it over there. You can see it over there. What was this one? Okay. I wanted to also play that of a berry.
So yesterday is the reason it's coming out.
Yes. If you see what they did the day that we're having this interview, if you see what they did, the distraction. The most dangerous man. Okay, I think he's here.
When you were talking earlier, you said he impregnated somebody while you were with him, like 2 people, if I'm not mistaken.
So many of them, some of the deacons in his church, he impregnated their wives. They have children in their marriages that are for the Okafor.
Do you know the people he impregnated by name?
Yes. Yes. And
Can you
all
mention
of them.
the names?
Ezine Nana, can you come out?
Married
with
woman.
the DNA on, yes, can you come out with the DNA on one of your children?
Isn't Nana got pregnant for him?
Yeah. 10 million was used to cover up the case. Ezine, do you want to
was
come
used
out?
to cover the case.
Yes.
Ex-wife.
Anita Choma.
She said about 10 to 12 women gave birth until the Crises Okafor.
When you took my children from me, she was the one nurturing the children. How can you take my children from me?
Okay.
So, there are some things that you should not do. And when...
Okay.
And most of them, if you see...
There's another one. I just want to put it all together. You also remember this lady?
Okafor's children. I know Chris Okafor's mother.
Everybody is telling one story.
I know Chris Okafor.
All the women telling just one story.
His house outside the country.
Okay, we'll play this one later. She also knew a lot. We'll play this one later. So now, let's go. Okay, a Berry's own. I wanted to play a Berry's own.
I know it.
Let me see.
Joy.
Oh, where is the Berry's own? Where is the Berry's own? I think I also save a Berry's own. Yes.
This man will stand in the pulpit.
Yes.
Knowing that we are there, they will stand and say, since I left my wife, if there's any woman in this church that I've ever had anything to do with, let the person come out. I was like, what is this man saying? What is he saying? When we are there, and you know that we know, I know everything, my sister knows everything, my family knows everything that is happening.
when she now got this pregnancy, because she refused to remove it. She refused to remove that pregnancy. When Priest Okafor was persuading her to remove it, she refused to remove it.
A rapist.
The pressure was too much on her.
A fraudster, internet fraudster.
Give me the number because that house, that Priest Okafor friend, Tony Oko,
a diabolical man. Very diabolical. And he said they should cover. Whenever I see a berry, he always out me because this one she's also losing it.
And Doris was like, I should calm down. That she wants to mediate over my case.
She's losing it also.
My case is not like her own. He asked me for his phone number and I gave her.
If you see what he did to this very Iberi, you will cry. You will shed tears for her.
He said that Doris should send me away. He called 4 times to mediate on my behalf. Even when Crises Okafor knelt on the altar said, any lady. So she was like, okay, since he said any lady, let's still mediate and see.
Okay.
This man was still
He's a lawyer.
telling her to send me away. She shouldn't let me speak. And I shouldn't speak. She should send me away. He is the Tony Oko we are talking about.
Alright, I'm gonna come back to you, Abere. Just take it easy.
Okay, I think we'll stop over here now. Now, why am I playing all these videos? Funke, the noisemaker, the internet noisemaker, Sandy Empty Trumpet, you are a dead dog, okay? You heard of all this lamentation. You see the egg is being broken, shattered, a woman. You see the level of abuse this Crises Okafor heap upon these women. Now you said you rebuked them, you chastised them, but not to be mocking them on the public, which means to do it, secretly or to do it privately. Fine. Now, all these women on the street, you being a woman, okay, since you want the case to be addressed inside privately, why didn't you reach out to all these women lamenting on the street, being broken, being wounded? These are the one that is wounded. Crises Okafor is paying his due. Crises Okafor is going through the penalty of his wickedness. These women never deserve any of these wounds he inflicted in them. So being a woman, as a woman, you want to put yourself in this very matter. And these are babies. And these have no knowledge of the Bible like Crises Okafor does. Why didn't you reach out to all these women and call them privately and have a private meetings with them and begin to teach them how to be, healed, how to let go the past, how to walk their way out of these very pains inflicted in them by Crises Okafor? How come you didn't do that? So these women, they are not human beings. So the one that is important here, it is Crises Okafor. So these are not people's daughters. These are not people's children. These are not humans. These are not the image of God. Crises Okafor does. So you throw a majority, the camp of women inflicted, this Crises Okafor inflicted pains in. You just throw that camp away. You cast that camp into the pit, running just after Crises Okafor, whose sins was intentional. He was so intentional by what he was doing. He knew exactly what he is doing. He was harvesting no energy from these women. Render them, after he harvests their glory, he will not render them useless, because stress says simply mean worship of a deity. Until Adam came, the whole house were not, the worship in heaven wasn't complete. We aren't complete at all. Because they said two is going to be one. So that is to say Adam was half. So until sexual intercourse came, the service in the kingdom was half. What makes it to be half? Man can't give birth to, man can't impregnate a man. Man can't just impregnate a man, because the laboratory of Yahuwah, it is the womb of a woman, because the egg where man needs to plant his seed, which is the ground, it is the woman. That is why she is so fragile, needs to be treated with care, with so much love. Now, you see lamentation, all these girls, including his own daughter, lamenting on the street. You couldn't reach out to any of these women and have a private committee, private meeting with them to teach them how they ought to be healed. Now, you couldn't do that. So, and you said we should treat Okafor's wound privately. Wound inflicted by himself through his penis. But he that inflicted a dirty water, a forbidden water, forbidden fruit water in the women, which became so poisonous. You see how he poisoned their lives. Their life is so disorganized. He dismantled them. He disorganized them. He frustrated them. He breaks their focus in life. He wounded them. The women are the one that needs healing. Okay. Let's do the duty of a woman. It's like I started already, but fine. No problem. I'm going to be presetting. I want to preset it now. Through the mindset of the royal law. Okay. The duty of a woman, elderly woman. What you should have been doing among these little babies. These are sinners. They don't know what holiness is. They don't know the gravity, the gravity of holiness and righteousness. But Crises Okafor, who carried the book, does. He should have. This one came unto him to lead them back to God. This one were before him, just like his daughter saw a vision. As a man of God he's supposed to be, the daughter took the vision unto him. Instead of him rebuking the devil, he now began to molest, sexually in that child. Making that child to see a forbidden sight. Seeing the penis of Papa, putting it on a vagina. And you couldn't reach out to these women and give them that private teaching their soul is longing for. Their soul is longing for closure. Healing will bring about that closure. You couldn't bring about closure. You couldn't draw them closer as a mother, as a woman, elderly woman that should not be teaching the younger girls, the younger woman, how they ought to live their life. These are wounded. They are in pain. They need somebody to talk them out. They need somebody to give them that spiritual counsel. They need somebody that will give them that godly touch. That is going to be bringing about healing. You couldn't do, I think this is part one. You couldn't do any of this. Rather, you were just after the man. You were just after the man that carried 23 whole ribs. That is stronger than the rock. That is so powerful than the rock. It's not easily break down. But the woman just one rib, just one, only one. Every other thing is flesh, egg, fragile. So weak. You neglected the one you should have been petting. You neglected the one you should have been giving beautiful arches. You neglected the one you should have been giving word of healing. How to be healed. How to move on. How to come out from these shackles of defeat. How to come out from this shackle of shame. How to tear off this garment of shame and disgrace, of rejection and abandonment. How to take it off and put on a new garment of praise. You should have been doing this. You should have been teaching them this very one thing. And that is going to heal their hearts. You couldn't. Let's see the duty of a mother, of a woman rather. Titus chapter 2 verses 1 through 5. But speak thou the things which become sound doctrine. Sound doctrine. Verses 2. That the age may be sober. Okay, this is the duty of the age may. That is may. What he's saying over is change of order. How a higher authority should be teaching lesser authority. We know the men are the higher authority. Precisely 70% in the kingdom authority is theirs. In the denomination, in marital, in any cycle, men sit on 70% authority is theirs. You can't drag that with them. And women is just 30. That makes us a weaker vessel. Therefore, men are the teacher. Or to teach the woman. Okay, so men, that is their duty. Now, see what men ought to imbued in women. After they have, imbued this very quality, okay, in women. So now you, the elder woman, you're going to take it down to the woman, because man has already teach, the elderly women taught them. No, you're not the elderly woman. You just go and be teaching the younger girls. Okay, now, verse 3. The aged women, likewise, that they be in behavior. Okay, this is what the men taught them. Okay, have that perfect conduct. Okay, of the royal law. That they be in behavior as becometh holiness. Man has already taught them how to be holy, righteous, remain holy, because your maker is holy. Not false accusers. You see the video we just listened to of this Funke Adejumo. Okay, Adejumo. She's accusing Christians of being bibacter, of being hypocrites, of being whitewashed tomb, of being crucifying their own on the street. She's accusing all the Christendom, including the pastor that's rebuked this spirit and said, no, it ought not to be so. This shouldn't have been found among us as the believer of the gospel. This shouldn't have been done. It ought not to be so. This is not the ministry commission unto you. This is not the ministry put in your hand. This is not what you be sent for. You be sent, to do the Adonai's will. What is going on? Okay. Now she's accusing them. She's, backbiting them. Let's play there again in order for this one to be a clearer one, to make it clear.
Friendly.
Okay, here is my where is our teaching? Nonsensical. I'm very nonsensical that my soul hates.
I'm so ashamed to say what I'm about to say, but it's so relevant.
What are you ashamed of?
Put me in a committee.
You
and
that
it
defied
included Muslims and some
the
other
ordinances
religions.
of
From that
shame and
large
disgrace,
committee, they
bankruptcy.
brought out 7 of us, and I was the only woman to a committee from a committee. One day we were having a meeting at the American embassy, and then we were in that meeting, inside that embassy. And as we were having lunch, one of the imams was sitting across, on the table. He said to me, Mrs. Adejumo, I don't understand this, your Christian brethren. Our imams do worse things. We don't post on Instagram.
I think I will be. Yeah, we'll do that one apart. We'll do that one apart.
Online from around the world.
This one is one. Our imam covered. Let me take that one as a subject.
He said they do worse things.
I think that should be the final. No need to title part 2. So where I stop today on the Shabbat, I will draw out another title from the mind of Abba Yahuwah to address the covering stuff and their imam. that do worse thing according to her.
Expose them.
Okay.
What is wrong with your Christian brethren? You even understand brethren. When a soldier is wounded,
As if they were illiterate.
believers will be the first to
As if they don't have our Bible.
believers will be the first to expose. It will be trending. We will be happy. You even see pastors using the person to preach.
Are you getting it? She's accusing them.
Please ask yourself as you are sitting down. How many imams?
She said you even see pastors. There was a
26. I'm so ashamed to say what I'm about to say, but it's so relevant. The American embassy put me in a committee, and it included Muslims and some other religions. From that large committee, they brought out 7 of us, and I was the only woman to a committee from a committee. One day we were having a meeting at the American embassy, and then we were in that meeting.
I want to pick up subject here.
And as we were having lunch, one of the imams was sitting across, on the table. He said to me, Mrs. Adejumo,
she couldn't even finish her
I don't
speech.
understand this, your Christian brethren. Our imams do worse things. We don't post on Instagram.
That is a fat lies, okay? A big fat lie.
Space. People are watching online from around the world. This is the truth.
Call it name.
I felt like covering my face. He said they do worse things. We don't expose them. What is wrong with your Christian brethren?
You think you can sell this, your demonic doctrine,
when a soldier is wounded,
to everybody?
believers will be the first to kill him.
Original soldier. What is wounded him? You see, there will be quoting Bible.
Because I thought he couldn't rise again. That was one man speaking about Saul. I killed him. Believers will be the first to expose. It will be trending. We will be happy.
Because Saul rejected God, and God rejected him.
Please ask yourself as you are sitting down, how many imams have been exposed the way we expose our own? Whether they are right or wrong. Now, is she telling us to cover sin? That's not what I'm telling you. And you understand that that's not what I'm telling you.
No. That is manipulative. That is absolutely manipulative. Exactly, that is what you mean.
Yes, we rebuke them. Yes.
If you said they should take it out from the public space and do it privately, exactly, that is covering up stuff so that people out there won't be, seeing your dirty.
Chastise them, but all this making mockery is Christians that destroy other Christians most.
This accuser.
The only ministry, in fact, that's the only oxygen they have.
She's accusing the entire Christian now.
Until they pull down people, they can't survive. Even when they come to each.
So it's right for Crises Okafor to pull down community of women.
Like this. And they look, there is nothing to connect.
The royal law said, he that braid the edges, serpent is going to bite you. No two ways about that. If you braid the edges, serpent will come after you.
Did they say the choir? One moved like this, the other moved like that. They must look for something.
This is when she
what
also
exactly is wrong with you?
Called the Jezebel.
Kingdom manners. The Queen of England.
Kingdom manners? So, kingdom manners. Okay. Now you heard she's accusing at all can. You see the qualification. Titus chapter 2, verses 1 through 5 said, a godly woman should be having this Jezebel have not one. She's accusing, said, because a woman, let me take that again. VH woman, likewise, that they be in behavior, good behavior. NIV break it so down that they should be holy in good behavior, submissive and all that. Who was in a good behavior? Let me put out one. Woman living a godly lifestyle. When you live out a godly lifestyle, exactly what you're also going to be ditching out to people. This one, we see her career already. We see the power that is controlling her. We see already the power that indwells her. It is the red beast. It is simply the red beast. She is filled with the filthiness of her fornications. Yes, she is pouring it upon people. Because this is unclean. This is doctrines of devils. Yes, you know that is not. Of course, if you say they should remove it from this public, that is to say, let's do it secretly. Is there any other language other than what you are saying? Exactly. If you don't want people to talk about it on the street, on the public space, let's do it. Let's go and rebuke him, okay, secretly. But now, these women, numerous of women, including his own 3 daughters, his ex-wife, baby mamas everywhere, you couldn't go out in search of them. Bring them in the private. Begin to do it in the back doorway, out of it. You couldn't summon also the Crises Okafor and all, especially a Perry that carries his child, a lot of babies. According to his ex-wife, before she left, about 10 to 12 women already has his baby, are already carrying his baby, including married women. Now that the matter surfaced on the social media space in the public, you couldn't reach out to Ebere, reach out to Doris Ogala and his daughters and say, let's talk this indoor. Let's protect this kingdom. Because assuming you did that, okay, I will understand you are fighting for the cross. And the message of the cross, this is what it is. We should flog them on the streets. The protection of the kingdom, this is what it is. We should flog them on the streets. Now you want to settle it amicably, okay, behind a closed door. Therefore, not to talk to Crises Okafor, put together, call together all these women he inflicted pains call them together, including his 3 daughters, and settle it behind the closed door. You couldn't do that. You were being biased. Now she's accusing the entire world of Christendom. Now when you read a godly woman, when you read Luke chapter, that is what a godly woman do. A woman that stood, or yes, that take the presence of the Most High as okay, we'll come back to this very particular place. Let's quickly rush down to Luke chapter 2, yes, from 36 to 38 or 34, whatever. So let's see where we're going to be taking our subject from. A godly woman, I say you must first of all know how, you can only give her what you have. The royal law said you must be godly woman. Let's see what makes a woman to be godly. A woman that sat always 24/7 in the presence of Abba Yahuwah, that is a woman, that is what is called godly woman. And that it will be able to rightly divide the word of truth. Because that is what she should have been doing. Now, Luke chapter 2, verses 36 through 38 or so. Yes, I'm correct. I read. And there was one Anna, a prophetess, the daughter of Phanuel or so, of the tribe of Aisha. She was of a great age, elderly woman, and had lived with an husband 7 years from her virginity. 37. And she was a widow of about 4 years, that is 84 years, which departed not from the temple, but served Yahuwah with fastings and prayers night and day. She coming in that instant gave thanks likewise unto Yahuwah, and spake of him to all them that looked for redemption in Jerusalem. These women are looking for redemption. These women are seeking for healing. When they say they are seeking for justice, that is to say they are seeking for healing, because justice is going to touch their inner parts. It's going to be ushering in healing. It will bring healing in unto them, deliverance unto them, justification unto them, redemption unto them, freedom unto them. That is what justification is all about. He will bring healing to the inner man. This is what they are seeking for. As a elderly woman that dwells all her life in the presence of Yahuwah, this is what you should have been doing. You should have first of all protect the weaker vessel. You should have first of all protect the last born of the house. You should have first of all protect the very heartbroken ones. They are broken. A parent cannot talk about this man without lament, without shedding tears. She cries. If you see how this man, dreamboat, if you see how this man deceived her, if you see how this man lured her into bed. Okay, Doris Ogala, because she was also a teenager or in a, okay, maybe she could also be in a teenage, in a whatever. Yes, I don't think she tells us about her age, or maybe she's not in her teen. Okay, she could have been maybe around the 20, 22, 20 years or 22 years. When this evil man inflicted pains in her, okay, she should have been around 20-something. But the baby is almost 3 years now. And she had 4 abortions. She could have been in her 20s, early 20s. So this is what a godly woman do. Because she is in the presence, she carried the presence of the Almighty. Definitely, she will be able to teach the younger woman. Let's go back to please. Now you see, she's accusing the entire Christian. The accuser, a godly woman don't accuse. Okay, she's accusing our brethren also. She's accusing the entire Christendom world. She's accusing all of them. Okay, she's accusing them that they are mocking. But he fell. But he wounded himself by his dubious lifestyle. Yes, he wounded himself. He wounded like Ahab. Ahab wounded himself. We see, what is his name? Jehoshaphat wanted to help him do battle. He himself also got punished. Woe unto you for seeing darkness, you call it light. Jezebel Funke, you are doomed eternal. I take that again. Titus 2:3. Titus chapter 2 verses 3. The aged women likewise that they be in behavior. So okay, in behavior as becometh holiness. Like where we just that makes her holy. Okay. But not false accusations. You are accusing people that are doing something right. You are accusing them falsely. This is falsely accusation. People is rebuking devils, as the scriptures have said, that make know the iniquity of my people. It says you should do it on the street, and they are just doing it, and you now begin to forcefully accuse them. You are accusing them falsely. They are not mocking. They are letting others to know that this guy is a dangerous person. Okay, let's proceed. Not giving to one. No, not much. No, I don't want to take that. That is error of translation. You are not allowed to drink ogogoro, okay? Teachers of good things. Listen for that they may teach the younger women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, to be chaste. Okay, discreet and chaste. Keepers at home, good obedient toward their own husband, that the word of Yahweh be not blasphemed. Did I not rightfully say so? Did I not rightfully say so? That when you begin to hurt women, you are offending Abba Yahuwah, and Abba Yahuwah is going to sit judgment. Because woman is Abba Yahuwah's last born. She's so fragile. She's a baby of the house. And man, he said, you should treat your wife as a weaker vessel so that your prayer be not hindered. I think that should be 1 Peter 3 or so, or 2 or 3 or so. That your prayer, the only one thing that is going to be making a man's prayer to be hindered will be when a man maltreats, abused, roughly handle woman. And by so doing, your prayer cannot go to Yahuwah. Yahuwah can never ever answer your prayer. No. Yes. 1 Peter chapter 3 verse 7. Likewise, ye husband, dwell with them according to the knowledge, giving honor unto the wife, as unto the weaker vessel, and as being hands together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. Crises Okafor, prayer goes nowhere. That one is a devil already. In fact, he's a giant. He's high-built. He's a Nephilim. Okay, is a Zamzuma clan. He came from there. It's a MFs. He came from there. It's a, what do they call all of them? Goliath. That is who he is. He's a giant. Okay. Now, the only thing that is going to be hindering a mass prayer when you maltreat, you abused woman, like what he's just doing, driving so recklessly in the camp of women. And the other one, the only thing that is going to also make the word of God you want to be blasphemed, it is when you also maltreat a woman. That is when a woman is not teaching woman how woman ought to live, love your husband, take care of it, like a berry. A berry, you should have summoned a berry. Now you have child for him. Teach a berry how to take care of that child. Teach a berry how to love that child. Teach a berry how to care for that child. Why did you adopt the child of a berry? Since you are the mother of harlots, you are the mother of Crisis, the prostitute man. Since you are his mother, you should have been adopted that child as a godly woman. Though I'm not supporting his, promiscuous lifestyle, though I'm against it, but this child needs to be cared for. A better needs to care for you. Oh, there is a girl, teach her how she needs to be healed. If you would take you, because I saw Doris Ogala bringing his husband to the social media. It's like they get back to each other. Immediately I saw that, I say, yes, Crises Okafor was the one waging war against that marriage. Crises Okafor was the one attacking the husband to be beating, maltreating the woman. And he is also the one polluting the woman by committing adultery. Crises Okafor is the one, he hates marriage. He's a devils. He's a legion of devils. He hates marriage. So now that a thing like this has happened, you should have summoned all these girls, including his daughters. Teach them how to be healed. Teach a berry how to carry herself now. Teach a berry how to bypass all this. Teach a berry how to put all this behind her. Teach a berry how to walk out of this rejection. Teach a berry. You will now take and say, no, you are not going to be giving only teaching. James said, if somebody come to you and say, I'm hungry, you say, the Lord be with you. What good thing have you done? Rather, give food unto him because he's just hungry. Prayer doesn't do that. After you have taught these women, after you have really, really let them know how to walk out from this, misconduct of Crises Okafor, especially a berry, the ones that have children for him, stand them. Adopt those children, care for them, support, and say, until he come to his realization, I will be taking care of these children. That is how you settle matter out of public space. That is how you put matters together as one kingdom or one family. That is the job of the kingdom. That should be your job. You couldn't teach these women how to pull defeat behind themselves. You shouldn't teach these women how to take off their garment of defeat and their garment of mourning. They are lamenting. You couldn't teach women how to be doing all this. Rather, you just come to be talking abratabroto, you talk nonsense and you just go. Now let's see another what you should have been giving these women. What the royal law says. What the royal law says. Now listen. Isaiah 61, verses 1 through 4. The spirit of Yahuwah Elohim is upon me, because Yahuwah hath anointed me to preach the good tidings unto the meek. He hath sent me to build up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prison to them that are bound. This is what these women is going through right now. They are in spiritual bondage. Their heart is broken. They are in captivity of Crises Okafor. He harvests the most vital organs in them. He took it away with him. Verses 2, to proclaim the acceptable year of Yahuwah and the day of vengeance of Yahuwah, to comfort all that mourn. These people are mourning on the streets. They lament, they mourn, they groan. They are being cast down, they are being dismayed, defeated by their most powerful enemy. You couldn't do any of these three. To appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beautiful arches, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness. Their heart is so heavy. Crises Okafor put a rock on their heart, in their heart, that they might be called trees of righteousness, that they might be what? Tree of righteousness, the planting of Yahuwah, that he might be glorified. A godly woman stays in the presence of the Most High, and 247 bringing glory unto heaven. A fearful and a godly woman don't fear face. 4. A godly woman will first of all take God number one. How did God see this? And what did he want me to do? You just do it biblically for them. And they shall build the old waste. Did you build all this one? Crises Okafor wasted their life. He wasted their life. He made them to believe a lie. They shall rise up the former desolation. They have been desolate. You did not rise it up. You are not raising nothing. And they shall repair the waste city. Their life, their glory, their praise, their honor, their personalities is already being wasted by one useless beast. And you are not repairing nothing. And you want to repair the... What is this for now? Come on now. Why this? You quoting our Bible, it hurt me the most. Why this? You are repairing one that also do damages to others. Why? Come on now. What is the meaning of this? It hurt me to see that our Bible, our book is still in the hand of these bastard people. It is time for Abaywa to stand up and seek judgment, because this is not really going well with me. Verses 4, I take it again. I'm so emotional right now. And they shall build the old waste. They shall rise up the former desolation, and they shall repair the waste cities, the desolation of many generations. This man has already made desolate many women, many, started from his wife, many women. He has made them desolate. He said, give them beauty. He makes their life so ugly. Give them beauty for that. So a godly woman that want to protect the interest of the kingdom, that want to protect the interest of the cross, this is what you should have been doing. You know, I'm not a Christian. If I was, Yahweh forbid I was, okay, but now I'm not. I'm the people of the book. I'm not. And we don't do this thing. We don't do it in our kingdom. Check out all the apostles of the biblical Messiah. None of them misbehave in this manner. All the women, we conduct ourselves in a very proper manner. We retain our 30%, authority in the kingdom. We don't do more than ourselves, because we see this woman. She says she's a bishop and she's a reverend. What about her husband? I've not seen her husband preaching one day. Only she making very talkative woman. She talk too much. And her talking is not making no sense. Motivational speaker. So let's proceed. Now we read that already. What was the other? 35 now. Okay. Isaiah 35 verses 1 through 7. This message is also huge now. I wanted to finish his own part. Then I will not take the covering stuff. Imam, don't do that. Because I don't want to put it together. It will be too long. And I want to upload it today. Alright, 35. Now, Isaiah 35 verses 1 through 7. The wilderness and the solitary place shall be glad for them, and the desert shall rejoice and blossom as the rose or whatever. 2. It shall blossom abundantly and rejoice even with joy and singing. The glory of Lebanon shall be given unto it, the excellency of Carmel and Sharon. They shall see the glory of Yahuwah and the excellency of our Yahuwah. Strengthen ye the weak hands. Strengthen ye the weak hands, and confirm the feeble knees. This one's hands is weak. Their knees also is feeble. They need healings. A better need healings. A better need healings. She need healing from the inner man. For say to them, this is what you should have been saying if you were a godly woman. Say to them that are of fearful heart, be strong, fear not. Behold, your God will come with vengeance, even Yahuwah with recompense. He will come and save you. This should have been your teaching. This is what you should have been. After you gather them together, you will be teaching them this very, very teaching. This is what you should have been teaching them. This is what you should have been teaching them. This is what you should have been teaching them. Oh, Shandalabo Sekeya. This is what you should have. This is what you should have been teaching them. This is. Because now, Crises Okafor, let's listen to Doris. Let's listen to what she has to say.
I am not relenting.
He's taking her to court.
I am not afraid of them. I will never be afraid of them. They will not break me. But you people should not break me.
She's crying for support.
I am standing strong. I am taking the shame. They want to not leave baby in your feet.
They want to silence her.
I was not here. And I will not allow them. I will speak. Forgive my sin. They are taking me.
Now listen. And a lot of girls, mind you, so many girls are victims of this very psychopath of a man called Crises Okafor. You are a crisis, okay? And all of this are afraid to speak up. None of them want to come out. In fact, Precious Mother wanted to take this bold step. She run back again. What about Iberi? All of them pull back because they know poor man don't win case in the Nigeria judiciary. It's corrupt. Poor man don't win at all. Poor man don't win case. In Nigeria, it's not he that is right that will win the case. He that have the upper hand, he that have the money, the raw cash, is the one to conquer. This is a very sister.
To my sister. I know that your father is involved on this.
Do I look like I want to leave?
So these women, they are lamenting on the street. You put it caught together. That is the woman that is doing the works of God. A godly woman. Now I say you should give them, tell them, don't be afraid. Okay, if you also wanted to pick it up legally, tell them, don't be afraid. The Most High would definitely perfect his work or his will. This is what you should have been doing. Strengthen the people that is weak in hands. These are weak. Okay. It says, say to them, deliverance will come to you. Your God will come and save you. 5. Then the eyes of the blind shall be what? Then, let's take 4 again. Say to them that are of a fearful heart, be strong, fear not. Behold, your God will come with vengeance, even God with recompense. He will come and save you. 5. Then the eyes of the blind shall be opened. So let's say, for these ones to date a supposed man of God, they were being blind. Their eyes, they don't know better. Now that you are giving them beauty for arches, then their eyes will be, oh, we never know, we also sinned. That is what you're going to be teaching them. Now, for you to even do that, you know whether he's real or not real, at least have that fear of God. You shouldn't have. I don't know if I have to quickly chip this in my life experience with a so-called man of God, Kingsley. I forgot his surname. Is an Igbo guy. He was an Igbo guy. Okay, or rather, he's an Igbo guy. Not was. He's an Igbo guy forever, for life or so. He came to do crusade. He came for a crusade in Netherlands. Okay, he's an Igbo guy. I forgot his surname, but his English name is Kingsley. He called himself prophet. Okay, so when he come here in Netherlands, one day it was the street market in Crises on Tuesday. I went to street market to do shopping because I live in the building very close, about just few minutes away to the market. I live on that building of the street market. Anyone in Netherlands understand what I'm saying? Okay, so I took my trolley to do shopping. I saw this guy in the street market, inside the street market, while doing my shopping. He came to call me, hey, sister, I'm seeing something in you. I'm seeing something in you. Oh, no. Do you live around? Please take me to your house. I want to give you some kind of secret. I'm a prophet. I came here for program. But what I'm seeing in you now, I cannot go. And I will not tell you what I'm seeing in you inside this market. Do you live close? If you live close, please, let's go to your house. Let's just go to your house in order for me to share what I'm seeing in you to you. I said, yes, I live in this building. He said, she did not say, good. Please take me to you. Immediately I stopped doing shopping. I took him to my house. When we got there, this Ghana began to prophesy. Actually, he saw a clear vision about me. A clear, open vision. Because when I was age 12, every firstborn in my father's house died mysteriously. Me, myself, being the firstborn again from my mama to my father, okay, was online. Okay. Now, there was a day my father took me to, because my father was very diabolic, was an occult man. He took me to their occult, shrine in the bush. They were, that their kingdom always in the bush, occultism bush, Ugboni to be precise. He took me there because they live, their kingdom, their house where they normally worship devil, they built it in the Ashkesh town. It's in the bush, in the forest. So my papa have a car. He put me in the car. He drove me there one evening like that. So when he came out, he said I should wait for him. I was in the car. He went to the chief priest inside that hall, their kingdom. Okay. I don't know what they discussed. I don't know what happened. Okay. Not too long, my father returned with a very, dreadful face. His face, the expression in his face was like a dragon. Like a dragon, was so fury, so rough at me. He entered the car, closing bossa. I never know what was going on. He drove me Gwoza in his house. Said, get out of my car. My father that loved me more than anything now began to speak to me so harshly. Oh my Abba, what is going on? Again, he called me to his room. He now lay a curse on me. He dragged his tongue out, licked his right hand shoulder, and spewed it on me. He said, pure. That is, life can never be good for you. He let that curse. He said, bad head that you can't keep, bad head. Because, but then I don't know what was going on. Okay, so, but every firstborn would die mysterious. I don't know what was going on, especially his first wife. Hey, how many died in the process? Firstborn, by firstborn, by firstborn, by firstborn, by. He took that madness. In fact, that spirit is still hoovering. The second wife, firstborn, by. My mother was the third woman, and I was the firstborn also to him. I never knew what was going on. So age 12, he married me out. He said I can't live with him anymore in his house. But I don't know what was going on. He married me out to his another occult member. That is to say, he were unable to use me. That is the prophecy this Kingsley gave unto me. That is the prophecy. The Prophet Kingsley now said, I'm seeing. He said, can you first of all tell me the relationship you were having with your father? I said, before it was good. Later on, it became sour. He said, okay, do you still remember one evening like that? He put you in his car and he now drove you to their house of fellowship where they normally do their meeting. I say, yes, I remember. He said, okay. Do you know what transpired? Do you know what happened that day? I say, yeah, I don't know. I said, but from that day onward, my father hated me more than anything. By so doing, he married me out. He laid a curse on me. The man, I said, hold it right there. What he did, he wanted to use you for sacrifice. He wanted to sacrifice you to his cause. And his cause requested for you as the firstborn of your mama unto him. So he wanted, that was how, because my father was rich in those days, okay? He said that was how he's retaining, renew his power. Mysterious, the firstborn will just die. Firstborn will just die. He said, but when it now gets to my turn, Almighty God stood up. I said, this one you cannot kill. You can't kill. He said, now, you can't kill. He said, because he called my name, what they saw shattered their power. He destroyed their power. And now by fire on him. Instead of me to die, my papa died. It was terrible. It was a strong battle. At my earlier age 12. So this pastor, when he gave me that prophecy, and I said, hey, I never knew that was what took place, but he hate me suddenly. He married me out. He led the cause. What have I done? I didn't do nothing. Absolutely. Now he said, this is what happened. You would have also died, just like every other firstborn. But God said, no, this one you can't touch. This one is mine. You can't touch this one. So since he were unable, that was why he also called me wound and bad head. Because he was unable to kill me. So he has to go. And he backfired on him. And he was the one who died. So when he now gave me this a breakdown inside what transpired those days. And I say, hey. And that night, I saw a vision. That same night, he revealed this secret unto me. I saw a vision. This man was my father, but he was a monster. He used rope to tie me in the wilderness. And that wilderness was dark, not even one light. But and I saw all of a sudden light shone in that wilderness. And I see that he used rope. He said it was my father, he was a monster. He used rope to tie me with, tied me. That is, he tied me with, he put me on the Iroko tree. He tied me along the Iroko tree. And I began to try to loosen myself. I couldn't. I was trying to lose myself. I couldn't. That night, Abe want to review unto me that is the cause he led on me. Tied me so severe. Now, why did I usher us in this? Why am I bringing in this very one? After this heavy expose, every prophecy, confirmation this man gave unto me. Did you know what this guy do? I think he spent about 1 week in Netherlands. He was headed to America. Do you know what he did? After he finished all this, we prayed together. He now left to his hotel. He was in a central station. He lodged in one hotel over there. The one the host, the one that hosts him, lodged for my father lodged in him. I don't know what to say any longer. Booked for him. Yeah, correct. Now what happened? When he got there, this guy called me. No, rather the next day, this guy called me. He said, you know, you're so pretty. Okay, you look just like my mother. My mother is so fair. She was having this big back like you, flat tummy like you, big chest like you. When I see you, you just take me back to my mama. I love you. I want to date you. Please, I want to send my driver to you because they also give him cabo. Cabo, we call it cabs here, cabo. That is a private driver. Okay. I want to call my driver to come and pick you up. Please come and spend the night with me. And I said, no, sir. God forbid. I can't do that. You are a man of God. I can't. I cannot do that. You just prophesy a thing I never knew all my life unto me. And that night, I saw a confirmation. I didn't even tell him the confirmation I saw. Okay? About the course my father led on me. But Abeyewa used it to remind me of what took place and the courses he led on me. This is the implication. Okay? But for that reason, and I said, no, I didn't tell him, but I was just talking to myself. I said, no, sir, you are a man of God. God gave you a prophecy for me, and that prophecy is true and is confirmed. How can I come and have sexual? I can't do that, sir. He said, don't worry. As time goes, it can lead to marriage, okay? It can. I said, no, sir. I no, I don't want to. I can't do that. No, I can't fornicate. No way. I won't be. I know I can't do that. I rejected that. And I said, okay, no problem. He ended the call. So the next day he repeated the call again. I said, sir, I told you I will not do it. I won't. Never. What is the meaning of that? And I said, okay, you really mean it? I said, yes, I mean it. He said, okay, you see that the other of your friend. Because when you not, give me this prophecy, I now begin to call my friends for him. And it was prophesied to them. Okay, he now point to one of my friends, Pat. He now said, you see that your girlfriend, she's going to be so sweet in bed, eh? She's so slim, though she don't have back, she don't have front. But her tummy is also flat. Okay, maybe I will be speaking. I said, you can go and speak to her for me. No way. No way. I won't be doing it. God forbid, though. Okay? So when you now see the way you will just say, God forbid, fornication, if it's not for me. Do you know what this guy said? He now said, oh, sister, thank you for helping a brother. He said, I've never stand one day. He said, anytime I go for crusade, anytime I travel out, anytime I come around woman, 247, I must knock. I must have sexual intercourse. He said, you are the first woman to say no to me. Because the guy is very handsome, tall, and black also. He said, you are the very first person. He said, thank you for helping a brother to escape from fornication. He said, thank you. He said, I have never for once stood righteous after ministration. He said, after ministration like this, he must knock that person. So now everything is making sense to me. Who are Christians? They are vesting energy from people. They are vesting power from people. He said, after he finished his ministration, to consummate it, it is sexual intercourse. But Yahweh was so kind. My heart was so hard. I said, no way. Okay, these women, now that is what Funke should have been teaching these women. For you to even go, accept it, and have sexual intercourse with him. You also sinned. You shouldn't have. No matter what, you shouldn't have been doing that. Now, what happened to this Kingsley? Altogether, I now know that it was prophet of Baopio. Now, when he see that I refused, though he keep telling me about it, I keep saying no. And I said, okay. He said I will be a wife material. He said, okay, since I couldn't allow him to have sexual intercourse with me, he want to take the relationship to a wifey relationship. I said, okay, no problem. Therefore, he now gave me the place is going to be staying in America. And now gave me the telephone number. And he said, okay, no, like today, tomorrow he's going to leave. He called me like today and said, I should come and see him. He said, I'm also leaving. Come to see me now for the last, scene. I said, no. For the last sight, I said, no. If you want us to see again before you go, please come to my house. That would be better because then people is in the house with me. I cannot come to your hotel. If you rape me, what will I say? He said, no, I won't be doing it. I said, no, come to me, sir. If you want us to see again before you go, once again, come to me. And I said, okay, I really want to see you. Okay, fine. He came. So when it came to me, we prayed together. Yes, my friends was also there. Yeah, we did this little food. I prepared some food, of send off because it's going to the state. We're not going to be seen for a very long time. Okay, now. So afterwards, he left. So he now gave me, yes, when he came, now gave me this number. He said he said tomorrow, he's leaving tomorrow. He said, therefore, next tomorrow, called me. If you did not hear from, I myself will call you. But if you didn't hear from me, please call this number. I said, okay. And this number, he gave it on to me. I called it to him. He said the number belongs to his brother. Okay. He said his mama is in the state. He said all his family, they are in the state. He said he is going to the state. He's also going to be having crusade, but he is going to be living there, but he's going to be having crusade also. So he said all his family are in the state, and I said okay. He gave me the number, he left. So after 2 days, I waited because he said if I don't hear from him, because he's leaving tomorrow, next tomorrow, he said if I don't hear from him, I should call this number. So I waited like next tomorrow. I didn't hear from him, and the other day, that is 4 days now or 3 days now complete. Therefore, now decide to call that number. So as I called that number, a guy picked up, and I say, after greeting him, and I said, please, sir, can you hand me to Prophet Kingsley? I forgot his source name, okay, because I also called his source name. He said, Prophet Kingsley. I said, yes. He said, Prophet. I said, yes. He just left Netherlands. He came for crusade. He came Netherlands for crusade. I said, yes. No, he said he was on a transit in Netherlands. He did not come from. He didn't come for a crusade. And I said, but he said he's a prophet. He's coming to America for a crusade. He said for a crusade. I said yes. And I said he told me that all his family lives in the state. That you are his brother. His mama is there. His sister is also there. The man, I said, really? He's saying all this unto you. I say, yes. He gave me this. He said, yeah, I believe you because how come you have my number? He said, anyways, Kingsley is not a prophet. He's just a normal, everyday person. And again, his mama lived in their land. Yes, the mama was still alive. His mama, father, brothers, all of them, they are still in Nigeria. He said, I'm his in-law. I am not his brother. I am his in-law. I married his elder sister. I brought her to the state. I was the one who brought his sister to the state. None of his family is in the state. I brought the sister to the state. And afterwards, the sister and I also joined hands together. We are the one bringing him also. We are bringing him to live with us in the state. He's not coming for no crusade at all. He's not a prophet. And I say, I was surprised. I said, okay, please, can I speak to him? He said, anyways, he has problem problem in the port of entry. With the immigration, they couldn't allow in. They will be sending him back in few days' time. I said, what? What? You are? He said, yes. I was confused and I said, okay, thank you, sir. I dropped my phone. So now I can make good use of that connection that he was a prophet of Baal Peor, but Abayewa used donkey, he also used fish. He just used any available thing. If Abayewa want to let you know what it is, he will use any available object to let you know what it is, okay? To let you know his plans and all. So I quickly want to chip this in. So, but that is what this Jezebel should have been teaching all these women and say, you should have been doing that. Ask for mercy, ask for forgiveness, and the Most High is going to forgive you. That is what she should have, be doing for them. So I quickly chip that in. We read already Isaiah 61, 1 through 4, Isaiah 35, verses 1 through 7. I have also done that. Now I want to do Leviticus, okay? We'll be ending with this part, so we will pick it up. I want to give it another title anyways. Let Abayewa give us another title. I want to do it apart. Let's just focus on this part, okay? Leviticus now. Quickly, let's run and do Leviticus. Leviticus chapter 19 or so. Leviticus chapter 19. Where is it? Leviticus chapter 19, verses 14 through 18. Okay. Let's read. Verses 14. Thou shalt not cause the deaf, nor put a stumbling block before the blind, but shall fear thy Elohim. I am Yahuwah. Now, it said you shouldn't put, like what you are doing now, when a berry listen to this, you're nonsensical, and every and the daughters and every other, Heidi or hidden women, they're going to be so discouraged and say, we know all of them, they'll be the same. And by so doing, we are putting a stumbling block in the ways of these people that should have been repenting, bringing glory unto heaven. You are putting a stumbling block. 15. See what will make you to put a stumbling block on the ways of people. Ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment. Now you want to judge. He said you shouldn't do unrighteousness. What you just did, Jezebel Funke Adejumo, it is unrighteousness judgment. Because you said they should settle this matter out of social media, but you couldn't reach out to, as a woman, teaching younger woman how to, keep themselves. When you also fall into males, how you need to come out, how you need to walk your way out, how you need to be healed from any injury you sustain from your promiscuous lifestyle. You didn't teach them any. Now you just come, you want to pass your nonsensical and your you now begin to do it on righteous judgment. Thou shalt not, okay, sir, ye shall not do unrighteousness in judgment. Thou shalt not respect person of the poor, nor honor the person of the mighty, but in righteousness shalt thou judge thy neighbor. This way your neighbor, woman is your neighbor. You couldn't judge them righteously. You now begin to have respect, because you said they should cover up for the man, cover because he's a soldier wounded, he's a pastor, and you may now begin forcefully accusing every other pastor that speak against his hilarious heart. You now you now begin to refute those ones. That is how you show honor unto the mighty. And the weak one, you disrespect them, and you didn't show them no favor. And they are your neighbor. 16. And thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer among thy people, neither shalt thou stand against the blood of thy neighbor. I am Yahuwah. You stewed. Do you know how many babies a berry kid for Crises Okafor? Do you know Doris Ogala also miscarried twins? Who know? If not, this man is the one that is doing all that wickedness. You stand against their blood. This is blood avenger. Is it somebody that died literally? We see the prodigal son. He said he was dead. Now he's alive. These people are dead. Crises Okafor wounded them. He take away every possibility of joy. He take away every possibility of sanity. And this is how he killed them. And you stand against the blood avenger? 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. Thou shalt in any ways rebuke thy neighbor, and suffer not sin upon him. Did you just get that? You are rebuking your brother in protecting him, and you are suffering the sin of his life. The sin of his life you did not address. What makes this woman come on the street lamenting? You didn't look into it. You said that one isn't your problem. Then you should have just shut up. Shut up. Your filthy mouth, the flog is jumping out of. They're just jumping from it. Just shut it up. YAHUAH'S mighty name 18. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am YAHUAH. Let's be real, Funke. If all these women related to you somehow in any way at all, are you going to be taking it lightly? Are you going to be pouring out this your stupidity? The very one you pour that on the street, are you going to be doing that? Let's be real. Because she's your neighbor. Woman to woman. Last born. Weaker vessel. Fragile. Egg production. Womb laboratory of heaven. Womb laboratory of God. They are your neighbors. Now, these women that is lamenting on the streets, assuming, let's say so, they are your daughter, or one of them is your daughter, one of them is your sister, or one of them is your aunt, or one of them is your relative. What are you going to do? Are you going to be talking this nonsense talk that make no sense? Even though you are trying to make it make sense, but yet it refused to make sense. That talk you just talk, it refused to make sense. That nonsense, whatever you call teachings, refused to make sense. If these people were one of you, one of your family, your daughter, are you going to be talking like this? Now I say your neighbor. Let's see what your neighbors or your neighbor are. The characteristics of a neighbor. That you shouldn't be standing on the way carrying grudge, because you carry grudge in your heart against them. You now begin to address them as Jezebel and Delilah. Because Jezebel, Delilah, they always put down mighty men. So his daughter is also Jezebel, Delilah. So his daughter is also pulling down their father. That the other one in Canada said, I should prefer Satan to be my father. The other one said, I prefer animals, DNA, other than, Crises Okafor. The other one, the father put his bola on a vagina. Huh? They're also Jezebel. All right, now. Let's proceed and see what neighbor, in full essence, in full details, in overview of this word called neighbor. Let's see what it is. The one you should have been, standing with, not judging, not having preference, not having, okay, anyway, the word will come. Matthew, I think chapter 12, so let me be sure. Oh, Shandarabu Sekirada 22. Matthew chapter 22. Let's do Matthew 22. We take from 36. Master, which is the great commandment in the law? Yahushua said unto him, Thou shalt love Yahuwah thy Elohim with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. That is the first law. This is the first and the great commandment. And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophet. Like I said, a godly woman who always sat at the feet of Yahushua HaMashiach like Mariam Magdala did. She always started to get instruction, sat at the feet of Yahushua HaMashiach, to get instruction from him. Exactly what that prophetess did all her life. When her husband died, she not said, husband is not a criterion to heaven. Husband is not a ticket to heaven. I'm not going to marry, because she only spent 7 years with this very husband, and she refused to remarry. And all her life, she was in the temple of Yahuwah in his presence, fasting. Not that she's fasting for enemy to die. Not that she's fasting to buy a private jet. Not that she's fasting for any worldly thing. She was just fasting to remain in the presence of the Most High. That is godly. woman. And that is the woman I would like to copy. I would like to imitate. Like Maria also. Okay. Now, we see already as what it ought to be, the way it should have been. Okay. What someone, in overview of neighbor, and the what conclude this word called neighbor. In overview, let's go back again. The first commandment, love Yahuwah with everything in you. And the definition of you loving him, it is found in John chapter 14, verses 15. If you love me, keep my commandments. Simple as that. That is how you love it. Okay? And it's after you have done that, the other commandment that follows, the second one, is also similar as the first. Love your neighbor as yourself. Remember what we just read, Leviticus 19:18 said, this is, you cannot suffer a sin of your neighbor, because Crises Okafor obviously is your preferred neighbor now, and not rebuking him. And you said, even though you are not saying it's wrong or right, but you should do the whatever talk inside private talk. But the women that were being wounded, bleeding as we are still talking, in sobriety, their heart is aching for healing. You neglect all those one, and you pick your preference, which is the man, and you now begin to judge in honor of the Crises Okafor the giant, because you are giante. Now, what he said the second commandment is like this: love your neighbor as you love yourself. Now, after you have loved Yahuwah, this followed by the second commandment to love yourself. And that second commandment, it has two phases. And that second commandment have two functioning. Yeah, that second commandment it has two departments to walk in. After you have loved yourself, that is a double-edged sword. Flash it now to your neighbor. Woman as your neighbor, Doris as your neighbor, Ebere as your neighbor, Amarachi as your neighbor, Crises Okafor's ex-wife as your neighbor, Ebere as your neighbor, and Chidera as your neighbor, and the other one, Precious as your neighbor. Okay. What love did you show unto these women? If these people were your family, you're going to be speaking like this? Wouldn't you, oh my father, wouldn't you have take the necessary, step? Wouldn't you have do the right thing? Wouldn't you have go in search of Crises Okafor and say, why did you mess up my daughter's system? Why did you throw arrow of rejection in my daughter? Why did you corrupt my daughter? Why did you make my daughter so ugly in this manner that she's losing it, that she doesn't even know herself? Why did you steal the joy of my daughter? Funke, you would have been doing this. Now, a thing you wouldn't allowed tolerate for your own people, your children, your sister, and whatever. Why accepting it now when it comes to others? It said, do to others what you would like others to do to you. If you really, really love your neighbor, why are you not speaking, not in defense of they, but doing the actual work of the book you carry? You carry a book, and this is the functioning system of this very book. Why are you not speaking now as a holy woman, though you are a filthy woman? The only reason why you can't, it is because you are a filthy woman. A religion of Revelation 17 carried by the beast. Carried by the beast. That's who you are. Carried by the beast. Okay, I think it ends in 40. Yes, we read that already. You are beast. 39 said, love your neighbor as you love yourself. 40, on these two commandments hang all the law. Oh, you couldn't display that affection of womanhood for these women that is woundedly, that is horribly, wounded by Crises Okafor. This Crises Okafor is all round danger in the community. Is a fraudster collecting money for Yahoo. Do you know what that is? Is a rapist. Do you know what that is? Is a pedophile. Do you know what that is? Is diabolic, because a normal man can't be doing all this. And all this, what is harvesting precious organ, glory from women. And the what else? Is a miracle stager. This guy will stage manage miracle. This guy will stage manage miracle. He do arrange miracle. He is doing arrange miracle. So this man is not useful. He's so useless to the community. This man is not useful to anybody at all kind of guilt. And you say we should be covering up for this kind of person. You couldn't show love to the women, motherhood. Like me now, I went to the labor already how many times? So when a young girl is also pregnant, I need to teach a young girl, newly married young girl that is pregnant, I need to teach her how to handle pregnancy, because Ma can't teach that. That makes her my neighbor. I need to be giving her every tool and every strength, guidance she needs during that period of her conception. You see, when a woman started seeing menstrual cycle, women, we teach them how to tighten up your body, how to carry yourself. That is our duty, because we are neighbors. We carry the same thing. That holy well of water, we carry it. That 2 apples, we carry it. So we know what it is. We know how to feed men. We should have been teaching. That is our teaching. Because I'm godly. But you, a filthy woman, you couldn't, show that empathy unto your neighbors, all these women. Rather, you not gave honor to whom honor is not due. That psychopath of a man called Crises Okafor, you not say people should shade him up. Okay, family, I think we'll be dropping with this. The covering up, we'll take that one with that of Imam. What they say we should cover with another title. So let's just focus on this. Thank you, Abba. Almost done. And let's do now Romans 13 verses 9. He also said the same. Romans 13 verses 9. Excuse me, 8 to 9. He said the same. Galatians 5 verses 14. I think I'm going to be reading this. Galatians chapter 5. How he put it. Romans 13. We can also, okay, let me, since I'm here already. 8 and 9. Let's see what he said. Oh, no man anything but to love one another. For he that loveth another hath fulfilled the law. 9. For this thou shalt not commit. Okay, yes. Hallelujah. Come here. For thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not kill. This guy has already killed the joy of, he has killed their soul. Thou shalt not steal. Is a thief. He stole. This is what the Risogala said. He's an azama. He collected this. This man is not faithful at all.
Church accounts to collect fraud money.
It's a thief.
Fraudsters. Chris is a scammer.
Okay.
Chris is a scammer.
Okay.
You should know. This guy he works with. I'm telling you, I'm not lying. It's verifiable. He's the person in charge of that case before Maka. This couple that came to arrest him.
Okay.
Chris use his account.
Okay.
To collect money from fraudsters, church account.
And Funke is also doing likewise. They are all scammers.
When they pay the money,
because Jesus is a scammer.
With Chris Okafor.
Just look at that.
Chris became good and collaborated money.
The 60,000.
People got angry and went to report to police, Interpol. When they reported to Interpol, the Interpol invited him. I have the I will look for it. I said, they invited him. Omaka is the name of that thing. man that signed that invitation. When they invited him, Chris called me. He ran inside his office. That man you see there, panic is understatement.
Okay.
He locked the door. They come, please come to Oga. They are downstairs in the church. They want to embarrass me. Call your Oga. I had to call, intervene and stop the arrest that he was going to come. That was how they stopped that arrest. And they went back. I had to speak to the boss. I had to beg on his behalf. Even one time I wanted to give him money to go and bribe the police. I said, no, why you bribe police?
So that was how that case died?
No. You know when God wants to disgrace somebody, he will disgrace people. The moment that AIG, the one made me know, and the one when my organ know, get control of die. Unfortunately for Crises Okafor, the next person who's going to take over as AIG Interpol was the person the other people gave the case to in his hand. The first case that man did was to arrest Crises Okafor. The moment he entered as AIG today, the first case he did was to arrest Crises Okafor. Chris was in Interpol like this, shaking. They wanted to detain him. He was shaking. Chris was calling me again. I had to call everybody I know. Until Chris now refunded that money to the account that sent that money to the church account.
So what you're saying is that Chris is
Now what?
They call these people. No, you got another name where you are.
As a man. I said I'm saying it on the broadcast now. Let him come and deny it. It's verifiable in Interpol.
Okay.
That case file is there.
Okay.
Why I'm being interested in this Doris matter and Pastor Chris matter, it's not just...
Okay, so let's stop it. So, is it all kinds of horrible thing? This my testimonial on the street is so horrible. He have no good testimony at all. He's bringing shame to the royal law because he were unable to handle his family. How can he handle the congregation? Look at what he's doing. Romans 13 verses 9. For this thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness. And it's very false witness and gets heavy because you never hear that woman. You stage manage miracle, you lying, faking prophecy everywhere. Thou shalt not covet, and if thou be any other command, if there be any other commandment, it is whatever comprehended is this saying, namely, thou shalt love your neighbor as thyself. You failed. Chris is a devil. Crisis. You are crisis, okay? So crisis. This guy is crisis. It's crisis everywhere. Okay, now let's go to Galatians 5. 40. Oh my God. It's crisis. Yeah. Okay. Crises Okafor. Galatians chapter 5 verses 14. So by their fruit ye shall know them. But I'm not expecting Jezebel Funke to do the right thing. No. Why? Do you know why? Because her carrier is the red beast. Uncleanness is what carrying her. Red simply means sin. Iniquity is what carrying her. So I'm not expecting her to be all good. I just want to rebuke her. Okay? I just want to refute her. That you don't do nonsense. They are intellectual people watching you from afar off. If you can buy the heart, selling your garbage, your spiritual junk food onto your willing slaves, and not me. As soon as I listen, my spirit provoked. I wanted to move on, but he keep, troubling within me. I said, okay, which Miss Abba, he wants me to talk about this. So that's why I'm doing this. So what we'll be doing next on the Shabbat, we'll finish the other part, but with a different title. They said they cover for their imam. That is a wide, big, fat lie, blatant lie. That is a pure lie. You are a pathological liar. You know you were lying, and it's part of you guys. It's no big deal at all. You guys always tell lies, always forge story, And your Baba Adeboye is the greatest of all liars. Now, Galatians chapter 5, verses 14. For all the law is fulfilled in one word. Even in this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. That's what I keep asking. Jezebel and Delilah, prostitute, Funke. Won't you tolerate, handle any man that messed up your daughter? Look at Iberi. In that manner, won't you? Where is the love for womanhood? If you really love your womanhood, why are you not extending that same love to all these women that is pouring out negativity, evil, negativity about this very person you side with? Why? So I think I'll be hanging over here. So we'll look into what she said, that we should not speak. We should not talk. And she wrongfully accused the one that talked. And she said, you are mature, you know what I mean? I just want us to address it inside, okay? But yet, you couldn't reach out to all these women, that Crises Okafor, harvest their most precious organ. He has already harvested. That is why they couldn't put themselves together. That is why they are on his neck. And meanwhile, he himself is riding on the wings of destruction. Okay, so this matter connect Islam, because every character this guy portrayed out there, we traced it back to Islam. Okay, all this lifestyle of promiscuous, okay, is found in Islam. Always remember, Allah have, in his heaven, so the true virgin, polygamy, if you see sexual intercourse that is going on there, so it connects Allah, all his dubious lifestyle will be found. We'll tie back, we trace it back to Quran, we'll tie it with Allah in that manner, okay? Because he called Imam, and Muslims don't hide their own. They are very proud of what they do. They don't put it in the dark world. They put it very publicly. So for you to, that this woman is a pathological liar, for you to know that Jezebel Funke is a pathological liar, who will be taking account from Quran. I can't make Quran make it so broad. They don't hide nothing. They are not afraid of anybody. They are so bold, like a hungry lion. They don't send you at all. Okay, so Funke, you know what you don't want others to do to you, nor your daughter, nor your sister, and you see it going on around woman like you. You couldn't show womanhood, power. You couldn't talk about anything. You couldn't even call them. You couldn't address any of that issues at all. You could talk about it. Your own is just cover up. I will let you guys know what that means. There is a hidden secret in that part. You don't have to talk it on the public. Let's come and do it inside. What does it mean? These people, they are here already. Giant is already here. Okay, doing the will of their father, but yet nobody's getting it. I don't know why should okay, where is her husband? Why should a woman be putting all this? She says she's Big Shop. Huh? Say the woman used to stage manage Miracle. And this is the ex-wife. And this is his parents. This demonic man wounded also his parents. 5 people that was ahead of him. Mysterious, none of the dark Mosa, Ikba. From number 6, he now became number 1. You don't look into that. That this one is a giant among human people. You should have been, okay, I don't want to talk this one. Let's reserve it. Dangerous person has already carried Bible. What? If enemy can't get you as a friend, he will get, if enemy can't get you as enemy, because when you at enemy, okay, you're going to be so alert, you're going to be on your guard, you're going to watch your ways. But when he see you doing all this, then it's going to be so difficult for him. Therefore, what is he going to be doing? He will come to you as a friend. That is to say, devil, when it comes to you as a devil, you will know already But now it has already come to you as a Messiah, as your friend. That to that extent, this man is using marriage to deceive the women. He always said that he want to marry them, including his own daughter. He also we'll look into that. It came from somewhere. Father marrying to daughter, father having sexual intercourse with daughter. I'm not talking about Noah Lord that got drunk with his daughters. I'm not talking about that one. That one is coincident. I'm not talking about that one. That one is done coincidentally, accidentally. That is just coincident. The man that is doing it, CMACU, what is in it? Where did it came from? That this guy couldn't even spare his own daughter. He also deceived his own daughter. That if a father can marry a daughter, I would have just loved to marry you. That the girl wanted to give in her consent unto her father for validation. Do you know the crime? Do you know the gravity of that crime? Do you know the gravity of that crime? So this woman just ignored all these clouds of witnesses tied around Crises Okafor. She just turned all of that down. And she said, do this one thing for me. Let's play the one thing she asks the public to do for her.
I'm so ashamed to say what I'm about to say, but it's so relevant. American Embassy.
Since it's so irrelevant, why you should have just shut up your mouth?
I'm so ashamed to say what I'm about to say, but it's so relevant. American Embassy.
Okay, but it's so relevant. Okay.
Okay.
I thought she said it's not relevant. Okay.
26. I'm so ashamed to say what I'm about to say, but it's so relevant. American Embassy put me in a committee, and it includes.
So what is she ashamed of? People rebuking. Not that she's ashamed of this dirty testimonial flying on the social media about this very guy. She's not ashamed of that. She's not ashamed. Father having sexual intercourse with his own daughter. She is not ashamed of that. That daughters are lamenting on the social media space. That they even prefer devil to be their father, Satan to be their father, animal to be their father. That is how worse and how bad it is. This guy is. She is not ashamed of that this man failed at all costs. She's not ashamed of that. She's not ashamed of that this guy is impregnating married women. She's not ashamed of that this guy is also having sexual intercourse with Doris Ogala. She's not ashamed at all of any of this. What is she ashamed of? People calling him out. People talking about his promiscuous lifestyle or promiscuous security lifestyle. I don't know how to call it anymore. She's only ashamed of that. When people call out the bad egg in the midst, she's only ashamed of that. Why? So we'll be doing that on the Shabbat. Why?
I'm so ashamed to say what I'm about to say.
Okay.
But it's so relevant. American Embassy put me in a committee, and it included Muslims and some other religions. From that large committee, they brought out 7 of us, and I was the only woman to a committee from a committee. One day we were having a meeting at the American Embassy, and then we were in that meeting, inside that embassy. And as we were having lunch, one of the imams was sitting across, on the table. He said to me, Mrs. Adejumo, I don't understand this, your Christian brethren. Our imams do worse things. We don't post on Instagram. We cover them. This is a public space. People are watching online from around the world.
You are lying.
This is the truth. I felt like covering my face. He said they do worse things. We don't expose them. What is wrong with your Christian brethren?
This is whitewash tomb. So we'll be doing that.
When a soldier is wounded,
all right,
believers will be the first to kill him. Believers will be the first to expose. It will be trending. We will be happy. You even see pastors using the person to preach. Please ask yourself as you are sitting now, how many imams have been exposed? the way we expose our own. I'm
So you know what she's doing now? Overview of what she's saying is that, anyway, let me reserve this one. It's like kind of court. This is courtesy. You know, other people that is not part of Christianity shouldn't be knowing what is going on in Christianity. Yes, we can knock each other. This can be going on. And when eventually one is caught, let's not talk about it on the street, because they are not part of this court. It's a secret court. This is absolutely secret court. Let's come and do it inside. She's seeking validation. This is a gay whitewashed tomb. You know, this person is so rotten in the inside, but yet you want people to paint his outside to be beautiful. Whitewashed tomb that is so beautiful on the outside, but inside is filled with dead men bones. It's full of dead men bones. You knew inside is so rotten, but yet you want us to paint him outside so beautifully, so that really Christian Muslim will be saying, I will be doing this one. Muslim will be saying, oh, Christian, they love each other. You know, Muslims love each other. They love their Allah. This is what, let's imitate them. Let's follow their footsteps. You know, so that they don't bring Sharia law against us. So that they know our God is alive. Anyway, there's more into her conversation, the nonsense she's saying. But a deity is speaking through her. It is a deity that spoke through her. Let's do it secretly. So we will not do it secretly. Me, I will still blow your secret on the air. So on the Shabbat, we'll be doing that. Thank you, Father. I love you so much. All right, now, family, we are done for now. Hear from me on the Shabbat.